Sunddeuss and Luna's Adventures, the universe dance of moonlight romance, a magical night to remember in the warm glow of a perfect evening, our hearts collided. The birthday surprise my love swept me off my feet, celebrating my special day. A delicate cupcake with a flickering candle, laughter on a whimsical Ferris wheel ride, discovering mystical wands in a magic shop. Enchanted moonlight under the radiant full moon. Our dance steps harmonized. A radiant mood ring my love slipped on my finger, a moment frozen in time, seated together, locked eyes. The cupcake sat untouched. Cupcakes yummy, our connection forever in our hearts, that magical night sealed our love. I loved with 1,000 lit candles, still wandering earth for a passionate true love. Each raindrop is a heart that lived on earth. Love is rare. If you found true love's first kiss, never let him or her go. What a sad life without true love. I loved with 1,000 lit candles, still wandering earth for a passionate true love. Each raindrop is a heart that lived on earth. Love is rare. If you found true love's first kiss, never let him or her go. What a sad life without true love. True love is far distance, with one burning love's candle, burning two hearts' desires to melt in the midnight's rain of tears. Let it refresh me every night's dream. May I find true love's warm kisses and glitters of sunshine to say good morning, every greenish blessings of hope. I feel blue is beautiful, green is enchanting, and true love is the brightest color of all. Let all colors shine at midnight's charming Coco's father's clocks. Luna and Sunddeuss wedding, a world of ice and snow. With a little bit of frosted cities and a whole lot of animals that live in the snowy land, is built different in most planets that we like to visit have green. Moss and trees that go on miles and flowers that blooming has the aroma of flowers that you can smell for hours. Blue star mist ice skaters are blown throughout the snowy land, in above the ice they love to ice skate in the wind. Helps and flow as they skate. A tribe that lives inside a cave, yet is just a cave like none other, an underworld that has survived for generations and generations, frosted trees and jewels that are surrounded all over trees. They have rubies that are just built inside the trees, yet the outside of the tree has frost on it. Tribe. Bodies are made out of clear ice, their bodies never get cold, and there are constellations that are written all over their bodies. Their body glows all over their bodies, and glow mist shine through the constellations. The constellations are maps of constellations and stars to guide them through the open sea warriors, who is half ice and half cyborg. She raises her hands to the sky, a view screen open above them, and zoom in to see how to guide her ship through the big ocean. Floating stars inside glass globes, a compass in the middle of the city. It stays in one place with constellations that pop above the compass, many soldiers that walk throughout the city. The city is covered with frost ships made out of metal wheels, and wheels are pink and purple as frost covers the ship. It is very sturdy, the tribe soldiers' clear ice bodies, they are strong. A soldier half sidewalk has secret maps that open through a view screen. Each map is different, and the maps are to help you find your way through the universe, tame dragons. Defrosted city of clocks has restaurant, hotels, and homes. The tribe has been there through generations. The underworld city blows, gold, purple, pink, green, and blue, and white it glows within the city's walls buildings. I stepped in icebreakers that lead throughout the city. They are green elephant ears leaves, but they have frost that covers them. Clocks within clocks filled with frozen elephant ears leaves a chief of the tribe, inviting Luna to his city. They're wetting a waterfall, a blue moon. A blue like a few tables of cloth made from ferns, 1,000,000 candles lit fire and smoke, past dreamers and lovers and warriors that dance from the burning flames of candles. They dance with the universe. Of romance that will become a legend, gold stars and gold little moon float closer. Right above the guest that sits at the tables, the water lit, a glow colors of green, blue, and purple haze. They encourage the fireflies to dance on the colors of the lakes, and the bridesmaids line up with lanterns, and walking towards the newlyweds as they both say their vowels, as the protector married them off, a quick celebration among the guests. Groom and bride, they all dance, flowing up to the sky, letting go fire lantern float to the moon, and the wedding cake was 5-layer cake with the message from constellations. It had planets and gold moon that float right above the cake. Luna was the only one who could read the constellations' message. After the cake, Luna and Sunddeuss float to the sky to enter into a honeymoon, hot air balloon. It is not your normal hot air balloon made with gold moon and blue roses with little lights that glow all around the hot air balloons. The fireflies say their goodbyes to Luna Sunddeuss, floating into a cloudy haze of color clouds that will lead them to their honeymoon. Luna and Sunddeuss. They snorkeled through a blue clear river, paddling through seeing turtles. Sunddeuss pets the turtles, heads gently a journey through the world called Earth. Luna and Sunddeuss swimming in circles with the manatees and turtles. Luna swimmed like a mermaid. Luna kissed the manatee and then swim for air, the turtles following Sunddeuss as they fall in love all over for the affection they are giving from Luna and Sunddeuss. The next morning they looked at their wedding photos. A wedding in front of a waterfall, a moonlit night that welcomes the newlywed couple. A dream only lasts a second, but it is an eternity together in our universe. A waterfall breaks the atmosphere with glitter specks of light that surround the Luna and Sunddeuss. A dream come true for them. Love will welcome new family members, and their bond will never be broken. Candles lit by the river that flows from the waterfall. Luna and Sunddeuss wedding, and their honeymoon. A night at the boardwalk, candles in a row, candles slightly shine for the two. Fire adventure on a sailor's ship. Their love has waited for years, and they are one. An elegant lady that Luna is, and Sunddeuss a gentleman. Luna dreaming of a child, Luna not feeling good. She stands in the mirror with looking at her stomach as it glows blue with moons and stars of gold that shine flowing from her stomach as blue flowers begin to bloom on her belly. Their first child is the beginning of the greatest adventure. Shocked, scared, and excited, Sunddeuss and Luna sat on a tree limb that grew further out from the tree itself, the sunshine bright to welcome Luna baby girl, and she grows day by day until the day Luna gives birth to her. They looked at each other. Luna speaks now what will be her name. Her midnight dreams are sweet to behold, and she becomes with child. Now the beginning of parenthood begins for Sunddeuss and Luna. The constellations welcome Luna. As she is welcomed to talk to the stars, she is asking them for a name for her child. A boy or girl? Which will it be? To be chosen by the constellations, for it is a big deal. And Luna won't know if her child will carry on the powers that she bestows until years later, when she is 17. The protectors will test her abilities to see what power will awake in their child. Luna and Sunddeuss' daughter Carina. There is good in all creation. All creation has a purpose and a free will. We are free to know the secrets of the ancient writings. So many that lived years ago carved information in stones and caves. So many trying to tell the future chosen ones. Some still respect God and what He has created, although some creations have fallen. Yet every generation there are some creations that give God praise for all His wisdom and knowledge. Give God thanks for protecting so many. Carina is Luna and Sunddeuss' daughter, beyond our world, our different planet and many aliens. There are many creatures born, many new plants that bloom, all power created by many different believers. Though in our future we old elders are memorizes to the young, and new life begins, Luna had a dream of her daughter, didn't realize who she was. Luna and Sunddeuss are proud parents. And through all adventures that Sunddeuss and Luna have lived through, this motherhood is the greatest adventure. Carina is tested by the constellations and stars. Her power is powerful. What kind of power could it be? Slow down, don't grow up. I love you, Moonchild. The reason I call you Moonchild is because when I was 5, I prayed to the moon and wizards. When you were 2, we pointed to the moon and said a poem. I see the moon and the moon sees me. I love the moon. And the moon loves me. Everything in my life has been a blessing and struggles, but the moon God created. The moon plays a big part in my life and in yours. Praise God always and forever. Love always, Mom. May the moonlight lead you home. My Moonchild was born. I passed down my Ferris wheels, my marbles, straight on till morning, second star on the right. I took flight at age 9. My Moonchild, I chose you. I thank God for giving me you. And I pray one day you know God is your friend, Savior and Father. Every dream I dream is of you. I see your spirit fly in my universe. I see a creation brighter than the stars. I worship the God majesty of the universe who created us. Years stolen, one day I will defeat your demons and devils. I will face them for you. He made no mistake when he created you. The doctor said you would be born with a cleft palate. You came out perfect. I counted your fingers. I saw pure white skin, and your face was beautiful, and your pink lips and pink cheeks. You looked like a china doll. I love you, moon child. I love you with the same love God loves us. Love always, Mom. May the moonlight lead you home. Maybe one day you'll read this. Today at age 17, Carina sits Indian style. Her skin begins to feel water flow from her arms. A couple of fish appear swimming in out of bubbles. Bubbles touch her cheek as it bursts into smaller dot bubbles. Through her eye vision, she sees a castle made of skeleton leaves and a pink blossom umbrella with fish that floats all around it. She smells a metal liquid fire. Its flames are purple. She is tested by the protectors. Suns and moons appear from on her face, and arms leaves climb up her arms, down her hands. Pink flowers bloom from Carina's imagination. The protectors test her ability for fighting, slowly teaching each step in karate. Next day, it's floating in a room only for that purpose. They showed her images of past kings and queens that lived, fought with their own shed of blood for freedom, not for only themselves, but for their kingdoms. War broke out. Carina seeing a blue hair woman. She whispered, Mom. She couldn't believe the powers her mom had. That moment she craved for the same powers. She studied hard trying to pass tests in school and training. She failed karate. She just doesn't have strength like her mom. Her dad and mom holding their breath as they watched her child fail over and over. Luna knew deep down that whatever her powers are, they're for a purpose, and a new generation is to take the old generation's place. Many young folks trained right beside Carina. Carina spots a young girl like herself. A pink, orange hair, it was very unique. A beautiful person she was. Carina walked up to her. I love your hair, it's gorgeous. The young girl eating roasted pumpkin seeds. She had a hot cup of tea and a dessert to share. My name is Belarus. What's yours? My name is Carina. Two munched on desserts and shared a happy moment of friendship. I love your blue hair, Carina. Other young teens came to both young teens, surrounded by new friendships. Carina felt accepted into the crowd. Mom, can I go down to the lake so I can swim? Luna was busy cooking lunch for Carina and herself. I am fine with you swimming down at the lake. Be home by sunset. No later. I love you, Carina. Luna giving her daughter a kiss on the very top of her head, realizing the years have flown. One day Carina will leave our home. Destined for a great future. Luna finishing up lunch, dressed in a green and half-pink pair of pants, a shirt that matches. Her old self enjoys the slow living these days. A small cottage that Sunddeuss and Luna live in now. The cottage built around the tree. The tree smack in the middle off the living room, a dusty couple of green bookshelves, a tree with its branches spread throughout the ceiling. Luna hanged clear glass lanterns throughout the living room. A dusty couple of picture frames that hold dear memorizes of friends and family. Sunddeuss smiled at Luna. They are reaching an old age, yet life have been many challenges, many wars, and many lost loved ones. Many friends have moved on with life. Yet through moons and suns of years past has granted many victories. To live in peace is all a family ask for these days. Sunddeuss taking a big bite out of the fresh sub that Luna made. He thanked her with a breath that is hard to inhale and exhale. He manages through his daily life. A glass globe and half clock floats throughout the house, bouncing off the walls and bookshelves. They hugged each other. Knowing life has been wonderful. Love has let us meet. A big fat orange cat and a little dog they welcomed into their family many years back. They too are aging. Sunddeuss mentioned to Luna that I'm so grateful for the little family we have. Luna agreeing, they finished lunch. Luna and Sunddeuss looked around and realizing the house were creaking and old. Luna asked Sunddeuss if he put some good music on. Sunddeuss threw his back and said, "Oh, no, you want to clean. All right. We shall clean." Sunddeuss puts a record on, old rock music. They never grew out of their generation's music. As they sang along and danced together. Sunddeuss spins Luna around in circles. feeling alive and feeling their youth for just a few moments. They goofed off, did a little cleaning, and evidently they grew tired, but they're not dead. They are married. Later they made love, and they went to the backyard to swim in the pool, and life is good for the two. Carina and Belarus made a promise that if war broke out, they would fight for one another. Okay, if you get captured and thrown in a dungeon, I will save you. Carina promised. What if they're a hot-breathing dragon in the dungeon? Asked Belarus. I think I leave you. Nice knowing you. No, I'm kidding, I fight to save you. Those situations got me hard to step up and fight. I couldn't imagine, said Belarus. As the girls laid in the grass, not a worry of danger. They notice a few odd mechanical objects. Seemed like a glass flowers blooming, with clocks designed inside it. They collected as many as they can. I have no idea what these are, said Carina. Carina's other friends find their joy in hobbies. She discovered the correct maps. The map becomes a floating view screen of zodiac signs. As it floats in the air from blue, mist of the blue stars surround them, planets of colors of blue. Purple, their profile is created for them. Ice skater hobby, her name, Raven sign Scorpio power water, her name is Raven. Skate through the frozen lake, going under tree limbs, carefully choosing steps. Passing trees and bushes, a true love she has for ice. Skating and the experience with her talent, wearing her figure skating dress as she skates against the wind, the moon shine bright upon her, and the moon smile to her. The blue stars shine bright in the sky, as the moon stars are her only glowing light to lead her through the path of the river. Her zodiac sign is Scorpio, afraid of showing her emotions and showing her talent. Solar, a hobby scientist sign Leo power fire, as she is working at the science lab discovering information of plants. Solara winds up experience doing an experiment on a Mimosa pudica plant. The plant feeling the touch and electricity through Solara hand, it defenses itself. It communicates through sound waves. Her sign is a Leo. She can be laid back most of the time. She is adventurous. Though Solara is not trying to hurt the plant. But the plant feels like he's in danger. It reacts to her touch sign, Aries competitive hobby basketball. Her name Zara power fire, one team will win. But one team will lose as a team audience is cheering. As one player is able to win the last round. The score up to the last number two teams, wanting, desiring, and fighting for victory, as the one player dribbling the ball ready, he holds the spotlight in basketball. Leaving his fate as the ball falls through the net. As the lights turn on, the players at both teams are decided by their strength and ability. Advice from mom, make sure you're having fun at what you do. Life can take you far beyond the stars and moon. Use your imagination. Communication between the players is the key. You can't win this game on your own. You're gonna have to do it with your team. Teamwork. As Zara reads the encouraging note from her mom. Hobbies surfer, she is Mina, and her sign is Pisces power, water. Mina fails to keep balance on her surfboard. She has love for surfing, swimming with dolphins and turtles. Many enjoy watching her improve her skills at surfing, going through a wave tunnel. She's chosen by the sea. Her sign is Pisces. Her name is Juno Gemini, power air, is a writer and author. Find the right words to create my own world and truly become a new believer of different worlds. That's where we created many moons and suns. I have a love writing gadget, take imagination. Just believe that you can spill the right words into magic music, and that only some readers can hear the music or see the magic. Her name Marina, sign Cancer, power water, artist and painter, and gardener, a peaceful life. Marina lives now love for being an artist. Expressing her emotions through art in a joy to paint her masterpiece and create visions of places that feel like home. Guarding to her is a bit of a soul and close relationship that heals your heart, a way of forgiveness that gives her a chance to create life better choices and then to focus on her mistakes. Her name Clara, cook, sign Virgo. Power earth, Clara has an adventurous taste for new ideals to make meals, not just any type of meals. It's cooked with passion that's driven Clara to her best abilities. Her name one and only Luna. Libra powers air and all powers hobby music and dancing. She loves music and dancing. Like smoke on the water. A spiritual life comes to life to dance with the rhythm of music. Some express to dance that creates colors are manageable to the eye. It takes a courage, passion, and love to shine bright as colors of smoke surround her. Luna dances in the moonlight as candles are lit candles. Flame rises to the sky, love has come alive. Her name, Sage Sagittarius power, fire adventurous, and loves to travel, try new foods. Sage is visiting faraway lands. Enjoying the joy to live, so many that dream to dream her dreams, to see adventures that take us to explore different people's beliefs. And our love for meeting new people in their cultures, a passion of kindness to spread beyond herself, she truly is experiencing freedom. Her name, Victoria Capricorn, powers earth, exercising yoga. She has a desire to have strength and ability to explore different exercising movements. She learned a lot. But still more to know, make time to do any kind of fitness, and spread the joy of it, encourage others, do not be afraid to try it. Her name, Astra sign, Aquarius, hobbies, photography powers, air element, capturing the right scene. Taking photos of memories, we hold years later in the memory that we keep forever, to revision those moments, to hear a loved ones, who we barely remember what they sound like, a photo show, how to relive that moment. Sign Taurus, hobby, gardening power, earth, name Gaia, she loves gardening, like a mama taking care of her young, bringing colors to life, joy that delivers from all the hard work. Love sprouts life up through the ground. Once more life begins a new journey. Carina trying her hardest to learn the powers that her mom had. Carina walking through the school hall realizing Phoenix. He was the black hair boy, always getting in trouble, always daydreaming. His parents owned a farm, and she always took the chance to say hi. He seemed like animal caught in front of the headlights, and his face looking around. Surprised, she said hi. First he ran, then lunch. She wasn't giving up. He saw her again. She was determined to marry him. She popped herself down in the soteria. She had a red rose in her mouth. He froze. He blushed. He laughed this time. He held out his hand and introduced himself. From there on, they were always together. Univi's protectors popping popcorn, watching as love bloomed into their romantic relationship. Luna's blue candles sunlit kiss has lit. She knew Carina heart has received true love. The greatest love is the most powerful magic the universe can give. The romantic moments of fireflies that fly around Phoenix and Carina, the yellow roses he bought her, the blue hair, she tried to change it, the pizzits they cover with bandits, the long hot air balloons rides that flow over the cities. Love has begun its romantic moonlit dance. They watch the sun go down and swim in lakes, played and rested on big oak trees, sitting inside a willow tree, as the branch leaves give the privacy, to share a one true moonlit kiss. A gold mist flows around them. As a candle lights the brightest spark of flame, Phoenix and Carina fall deeply in love. They knew they would marry each or her. They hid in hidden passage doorways. They are hidden within the walls. Carina dreaming the day they be inseparable, they both had to learn the tough parts of relationships. Wasn't all roses. They learned quickly how to forgive through they babbling disagreements. And so young lovers, who know so little of what universe holds together, so lovers like them, can live on through many suns and moons. Carina holds Phoenix's hand as they practice their powers. Neither could do so. Carina struggled through so many learning lessons. Love, marriage, family is all she dreamed of, all she wanted for her future. Luna waved her hand to Carina. Come sit below. Luna sat in her rocking chair on the porch, braiding Carina's hair. Surrounded by many plants and flowers, she explained why you prepare yourself. To love, protect, and to prepare for your children. She explained why it's so important to work hard for your dreams. Having babies is a big responsibility. You will fail your children at least once. But if you ask the elders for advice and read books about other moms and dads, and see how many who have lived many years before us, you'll realize your life can be beautiful. Carina went to the library researching so much. She realized what she finally wanted to be: an author, scientist, and a traveler of the universe. Carina and Phoenix graduated high school and off to college, Phoenix studying to be a scientist. They were finally on their own, holding hands, running off to their busy life as youngsters do. They did party and got drunk. But they both realized how important their future will become. They might go down in history. They officially finished college, last time wearing their robes and hats of graduation. 5 years later, it is Carina's wedding. A king marrying Phoenix and Carina, her best friend lighting the candles with her fire flames, controlling the lights to dim low. A beach wedding, with giants and mermaids that shed their mermaid scales. To join Carina's wedding, few best friends join blue flowers rest inside glass bubbles. Her parents Luna and Sunddeuss dance at her wedding, remembering their early youth. Sunddeuss asked Carina to dance with him. Carina hanging on to him one last time, like a little girl. She for a moment dancing on the top of his shoes. Finally, the husband and wife danced. Belrose lined up with the other bridesmaids. A early morning rise on the beach. The water blew clear. A fresh breeze blowing through Carina's hair. Her wedding dress gold and fit her figure. A blue jewelry resting all around her from head to toe. Love begins a new dance of romance that only the universe can watch from high above. Their love carries on the bloodline of Luna. Her light burns strong. She gives a little touch of power to her daughter Carina. Let today begin new future and a new generation to carry the truth and love of the universe. Spoke Luna to the guest. The cake was of Celtic beauty. A forest, an ocean, and so many more powers flowed above them. The candles floated to the honeymoon ship. Thereon continue the family moonlight romance. Two become one. A month passes, and Carina feels sick. Phoenix rushing her to the doctor speaking to them softly. Congratulations, you got twins on the way. Carina throw up on the doctor's shoes. She cried after realizing there are new mommy and daddy. Now the thread and fourth generation grow. The constellations let Carina and Phoenix choose their names. Constellations, stars, moons, and the universe celebrate. Luna growing old, realizing her peaceful life has been good. Luna dreaming of her grandchildren. What joy they will be. Let the moonlight lead you home. One elder's journal of science secrets a small library. Baby dragons sleeping on books. The dragon lit the candles throughout the library. Luna staring at the surroundings of how beautiful this planet's world seem. Gold dust of moons and stars glowed blue and gold, floating around Luna. Her heart feeling the love in her heart for each beautiful visions of her family. A robot made for battles and war, living in peace finally. A planet formed from creation, spoken ancient words from ancient books. A planet within thousands of other planets that float through the skies. Big mountains and hills that go on for days and hours. It'll take you months to just reach the top. Dragonflies that choose Luna. About 10 dragonflies lands on her head as she's swimming in the river, feeling the energy from moss that grows on trees. She reads poetry to herself. Luna singing the music of the world she lives in. Poetry lyrics running from her beautiful mouth. She sits on a stone to speak to the morning raising suns that welcome her to the sunlit kisses. Good morning, Luna speaks softly. Birds that fly to Luna. Birds whispering their songs to her in her garden. The birds dance and sing to Luna, spreading their wings in a bowing position to Luna. A conversation between one blackbird and Luna carries throughout her morning, celebrating a new day. A certain bird that would sing her heart out to Luna as she is perched on the highest branch of a willow tree. Luna sings to her. The bird's dance was chunky, but what a sweet moment to experience. A dove that comes down to Luna and speaks in ancient words, but then it flies to its nest. Luna feeling the presence of Pandora, knowing this peaceful morning won't last. A villain that is tormented. And she had brought herself to that point. What color should a villain be? Pale female. She's blind. Practices blindfolded. Her crown tall, a metal crown. It is golden brown eyes all around her crown, as they open and close. Those eyes are her watchers. Her hands and fingers wear ruby's hand claws. In the middle of the crowns floats a chess game board, with a candles on top of the queen and king chess game pieces, as enemies come in her territory. She smells the enemies. She can see miles away with her crown eyes. She sleeps until someone steps in her territory. What is her name and what is it that he uses to trap the good guys? She stays in the forest. Using powers to turn trees or rocks into metal, shreds of metal to fight against her enemies. She wears a dark coat. Her coat hoodie hides her eyes until the wind brushes back the coat hoodie. As enemies discover she is blind. Some try to destroy her. Let only one has taken her eyes. She wants to find him. She stands blindfolded, but not helpless. Luna walking in the dark forest, knowing and sensing Pandora, both old. Pandora see everyone as enemies. Pandora speaks in a hissing voice. Luna felt chills down her spine. Luna told Pandora to let her pass, Pandora hissing as she spoke. Never, Pandora threw a sound wave punch that turned into metals. It hit Luna's stomach. Luna half-robot. She can heal fast. She and Luna fight. They levitate to battle each other, above the clouds. A storm blowing through black clouds, the sky being their fighting ground. Luna blocks a straight punch of balls of liquid metal lava. They are hot to the touch, burning through the skies. As the metal lavas turn the clouds into metal walls, Luna spinning closer behind Pandora, doing a roundhouse kick into Pandora's back. Pandora trying to make the metal walls of clouds to crush Luna. Luna gold suns of liquid lava melting the walls. Pandora and Luna striking lightning at each other. Metal debris flying around them. Luna ducking down to block the metals flying around her. Luna's fangs pop out. Luna's moons and suns like gold liquid lava incinerate Pandora. As the moons and suns raise and surround Pandora, its moons crush and destroy Pandora. Pandora withers into ash. Each ash falls to the middle of her crown. One more villain dies. Let the sad part is there are many more. Elders' science journals rested in place in an attic, as their grandchildren discover the journals. A new world of imagination awakens within their grandchildren. A new adventure awaits. Minna and Phoenix read many journals stacked beside each other. One journal is Constellations. The other journal had notes and real leaves and flowers collected throughout the journal. It was incredible information. Their grandchildren saw photos of their grandparents, not realizing how important Luna and Sunddeuss were in the old days. They've lived a long time. The grandchildren ran outside. They grabbed veins from circling around the trees. Yes, they are the next generation, while the girls put up a tent, made of blankets and sheets, placing pillows. They envision inside their pure imagination. They find reasons today to pretend to be woodland creatures or fairies. Some say a child can believe so strong. Their dreams come true. I truly believe in science, which can wake up the possibilities of so many dreams. Maybe our dreams will come true. There was so many love poems and short stories in the journal. Their grandparents were heroes. Let in many raindrops reveal someone's imagination. There are many who fall in love, although so many move on to a new love. Sunddeuss and Luna stayed together for many years. Their dreams, they had to work hard for their dreams to come true. Luna's tears that were collected in a teardrop bottle. Love set them free. Minna and Phoenix pretended with leaves and flowers to make tea. They used balloons to be the moon. They used sunflowers to be the sun. They loved the journals. Pages with melting paint. Words of strength and courage. They didn't understand all of it. They had stuffed animals sitting in a circle. Minna pouring tea to her brother and friends that sat quietly. Minna exploring the backyard, finding pine cones in her yard. They played until dark. As the sky showed off her best artist choose of colors. The sky painted with many colors. Blue, purple, pink, red, beautiful sight. Carina calling in the children to eat supper, their father joining them for dinner, and Carina and Orpheus kissed. And they smiled at their children. Minna's father playing around with her vegetables, making a motion like an airplane that's got to land. Minna refused the vegetable. Phoenix finishing his meal so fast. Can I go? Carina explaining you can watch a little TV, but soon it'll be time to shower. Then bedtime, and yes, it'll be story time. Mom and Dad quickly bath the children, they read a few stories to the kids, and out of the end of the night. They meet in the hallway, closing the children's doors. They had finally fell asleep. Carina and Phoenix slide down the walls of the hallway. Finally, mommy and daddy time. They sat on the couch. They are exhausted. They both in pajamas. Phoenix and Carina sat on the very big wooden swing, both still in love. Candles burn around them. Finally, Carina clapped her hands and the candles blew out. The moon became their light, as clouds float in front of the moon. They embraced one another, still realizing the chaos. They find peace. In their little home, Carina finding the tent, they found the journals. Pictures of Luna and Sunddeuss journals. Carina thought to herself, my parents survived, they loved. They cared, and they dance everlasting enchanted dance of colors, right under the moon. She took the journals back inside. As they both lay in bed, reading the journals, they want to call Mom and Dad. A photo can be a million stories. Luna, as an old woman, wakes up before sunrise, making a cup of coffee, looking around her cottage, spending time near the fire, writing in another journal, writing about each day and activities, writing about her child Carina, looking back on her memories of her grandchildren. The love gives her one more day, one more glimpse at creation. The universe has been good to her, rolling around to 7:00 a.m. Sunddeuss stirs. He's still drowsy, stumbled to the kitchen to make a cup of coffee. Sunddeuss kisses Luna on the cheek. She realizes the passion she has for him as the moon says goodbye. The sun wakes nature and creation, saying good morning to all. Two snails greet one another as a raindrop drops one by one. A ladybug ready for breakfast, just relaxing on small piece of grass, as the neighbors wake up, some planning their day with a joyful heart, as a couple still able to walk and move around just fine, one neighbor ready to paint and another practicing the piano. As other neighbors do a little bit of earth, meaning gardening, as the cool, chill air is pleasant to breathe, and others do yoga and stretch. However, you do first thing in the morning joy that comes from the first sip of coffee and tea. A big breakfast to wake up to mornings are the sunrise, just the beginning. A young man goes to the store and just goofing off doing donuts in the cart parking lot. At the store, teenagers getting ready for school for another day. It could be a battle for someone going through cancer or in the hospital trying to recover. As for some who is losing a loved one, so many deal with so many issues. The sunrises love speaking of each day. As Luna and Sunddeuss go outside to sit in their yard, the sky wide open right above them to find peace again through his sunrise. A few birds fly to them singing their morning glory to the universe. The flowers in Luna's garden grow tall and bright as the flowers speak a language and songs that plants provide. Still no one knows the language except Luna. It is a mystery to all, even though the morning is sunny. A dark cloud covers above Luna and Sunddeuss' house. As thunder roars and lightning strikes, it is the sky's way of dancing for a rain shower that washes pollen off of plants. Luna and Sunddeuss danced under the storm. Luna holds her arms up towards the sky. A lightning softly reaches to Luna and Sunddeuss, very much like electricity spiraling around them. Beauty of gentle rain pours down on them. They played with the lightning. They played like on the balcony under the pink blossom tree. They swinged on swing sets. Their romance grew a desire once again. They falled in love all over again. Luna wrote in her journal what the rain felt like. The rain, it feels cold. Feels like drops of rain bounces in my hands like drumsticks that beat on drums. I feel the beat of drums, a different strokes of beats. It cold rain, it is water. I feel the raindrops dance in a drop at a time. My hair and shoulders are wet. Needing a blanket to warm my feet. My feet are freezing. Weather is changing. It is fall is the time. This day I felt the raindrops dance and bounce right off of me. I taste the rain as it drops on my tounge. There was a knock at the door. Carina, Phoenix, and the grandchildren. What a surprise. Carina hugged her mom with so more joy. I found your journals among other journals stacked up in our attic. They very strong information. I loved every bit of it, said Carina. Luna told the young children to find their toys in the playroom. Luna led Carina to the kitchen. Phoenix shook hands with Sunddeuss. Sunddeuss welcoming everyone in. Luna led Sunddeuss and Phoenix to the kitchen. They made a pot of coffee and a boiled water with the kettle. Luna pours coffee for everyone. Luna pours Carina a cup of tea, spices of aroma, cinnamon, spearmint, and blossoms. Carina tasted the warm tea, warmed her hands from a chilly morning. Luna and Carina got a couple sizes of pie to hand out to everyone. Strawberry croissants sat in the middle of the table. Luna and Sunddeuss explained the choices they made when they were young. Luna explains the first journal is of studying plants. I stayed at the castle, the Gold Kingdom, years ago. Carina had no idea that Luna is ancient. Luna very long time. She described the different shape of leaves and flowers aroma, what the petals of each flowers look like. And the logage of plants is music. Luna can't tell her their words. It is forbidden to say. Sunddeuss explained the constellations chose Carina's name. Carina shocked but had disbelief, Phoenix trying to understand him. Two youngsters confused but amazed. Carina knows a little of what Luna told her. When you are in the universe, the way to not get lost is to follow the stars. Constellations are a very important guide. It is just facts. Luna shocked Carina to not tell Phoenix of the gifts and powers from the universe and protectors. Luna and Sunddeuss told them what it was like for their wedding. And the honeymoon, they laughed with happiness. These's moments are the best. Carina knew Phoenix is human, and some humans just can't know of special abilities that are gifted to those who the protectors chose. It is around dinner time now. Luna and Carina make a special white potato soup. You put the soup inside the bread. It is like a bowl, so delicious. It has vegetables and scallops. Yummy, the children joined. They spoke of all kinds of adventures they play in their backyard, the fun any child with imagination could have. They are the future, Carina missing her mama's house, her eyes holding back tears. Luna took her hand and covered Carina's hand. She whispered throughout the echoes of the children giggling and talking so loud. Luna spoke, "I love you, Carina." After dinner, a small game, Minna falling asleep in the rocking chair. Adults finished up a game of cards as Carina and Phoenix say goodbye. They carry sleepy kids to the car. "How about tomorrow we go to the zoo?" Luna asked. Everyone smiled and said that would be fun. Next day, at the zoo with a few long steps to climb, never, ending as they feeling the struggle climbing the steps. Finally at the top, Carina and Phoenix had no problem, unlike Luna on Sunddeuss. They felt old. The kids loved the giraffes. The giraffe kiss me on her cheeks. They love Minna. All the children petting giraffes and laughing in some screaming and learning, and somebody received a big welcome. Luna and Sunddeuss received a kiss as well from the giraffes. They all officially say goodbyes to the giraffes. The next animals they encounter were the elephants, and it was on the beach. Their emotions are exactly like humans. They rode on the elephants on the beach as they kneel down, so Luna's whole family climbed to sit on the elephants. They walked right into the ocean. They're splashing water right directly on the kids. Carina took many photos of the kids. They travel a little further down the beach, where a few pink flamingos just hanging out. The wonder, little buddies and friends. The kids love them. We still live further off, not to disturb the flamingos when we take lots of photos. The flamingos were very beautiful. Later that night, Sunddeuss and Luna went to the theater to watch a dancer's performance. Luna noticed a Safarina as her dance begun. Luna knew her background story. Luna began telling Sunddeuss about Safarina's story. She will become a story but a legend, just like some dance the battle within. Her path found her just in time. Wind dancers, a child chosen, and a name given to her is Safarina. It is a name like a soft wind. A sun and a moon are created. As babies, they are slowly trained and loved by the older goddesses. A spark of fire glows around the child who is a part of the powers of the sun. The moon child has a gift of the moon child. They are chosen if they can awake such powers. One child was born, and she wakes up with the wind powers. A goddesses bring the baby to the clouds. The wind dancers woke up, excited to see a new gifted child of the wind. The goddesses gave the baby to an Irish mom. The woman loved the child like her own. The child had grown. She grew to an age 17, the age the wind dancers come to teach their gifts to them. She danced in the middle of a field, feeling the wind move her into a dream. She begins to sweat paint from her skin pores. Color of all colors spread from her body into a beautiful powdery or smoky colors that surround in beauty. Its colors are of the wind powers. She can wake the sound of colors: purple, red, blue, green, brown, yellow, pink. These's colors sound of creative thinking or dreaming. Music can feel and sound like creation when it awakens in the deepest part of your soul, mind, and dreams. She has broken into a new power. Her soul can always create the color black. Black is not an evil color, it is the beginning of all colors. A dream that gives beautiful light of colors in a dance. She sees the moves of the dancer, yet she can't make it out to discover who she is. And she memorizes the dream and all the moves. Love is a dance away, a mile from her vision. She dances with a paintbrush and acrylic paints. She dances all over the canvas. The paint waves and turns all around her. She flips her hair in directions. Paint guides off her skin and on to the canvas. A vision of different colors chose the right spot to shine. Dancers' dreams come to life right before everyone's eyes. She looks the age of 17. She meets a young man her age. Whirlwind to dances. They are in love. A touch on her shoulder makes her feel like melting into the canvas. Her heart feeling the music created by colors that swirl around her. I could become the paint. Love blossoms between the two. They are chosen to dance before the empire. They have to practice. It is gruesome for dancers. So much pain in their bodies and especially their feet. As she took off her shoes, her feet blistered and bleeding. She squeezed her feet. The pain flows through her. She danced with limping. The teachers wanted to disqualify her. The Irish mom spoke for her, knowing that many young girls are married off to older men. It is these young women who grow old and bitter. Every man that comes to the Irish mom asking her to marry her child, she becomes a demon, throwing objects that are heavy, throwing pots towards them. She becomes a protective mom, the young teen girl making herself breakfast. Ready to go back to the studio, the Irish mom loved her, knowing her future could be amazing. The Irish mom never letting any man near her except the young teen boy who loved her. Life didn't work out for the Irish woman. She had to grow her own vegetables and had to provide meals for herself. And then the young baby girl came to her. She took very good care for her. The two young dancers take stage the Friday night performance, many ahead of them. Finally, their time has arrived. Life at this point to them is life and death. As she pulls the paint brushes from her hair, her black hair flowing down on her back, she takes the magical paint brush that never runs out of paint. She swirls around the young man whirlwind, and they take hands and the spinning life of colors twirled around them. A canvas that stood in place. Each music note slowly took place on the canvas. She put her foot in his hand. As she lifted herself in the air flowing right over him, a paint brushes spilled like liquid watercolors. The crowd clapped for them as they finished up their dance. Tonight, this might change her life forever. The crowd stood and applauded. They see talent in the young couple. The young couple smiled and felt the victory within their blood. It is a gift and a talent to carry through every hard times. Now what reward will they receive? The reward goes to Carina. Her gifted talent was her winner. The Irish lady stood happy and the crowd cheered. The night has rescued Carina. She is free. Her talent had reached all over the world. And now she is a star. She goes from theaters and to perform before queens. Everyone loves that she dances. The painting creates beautiful artwork. Luna and Sunddeuss clap alone for Carina. Luna knew she would find her own magic one day, she and the young men now. Few years have passed. They marry in a theater. The bridesmaids were ballerinas, flowers hanging and dangling to the theater's stage. The families celebrating their day of everlasting true love. The families follow the bride and groom. Their friends letting parrots fly above the newlyweds. The parrots' colored feathers represent the colors odd Carina as she dances. They chose this moment to marry each other. They realize on their honeymoon that how many children they wanted. And to own a bug farm, and to have mansion to live in. They kept talking about the future dreams they imagined. The island for their honeymoon was a freedom. They opened up a farm. A few green houses they owned. They both went to college to study herbalism. They became interested in science of plants, trees, and flowers. That plants are medicine. They can cure. They have entered into their new life. Inside the greenhouse was different herbs, trees, and flowers. In the middle of the mansion was a big oak tree. They hang long strings of stars that light up at night. The tree is a new beginning. Plants that dance in the wind and cold and refreshing rain. First touch of romance between two lovers is like touching the raindrops. Each raindrop has a heartbeat. If you feel the music rain creates for your soul. At the end of the earth, a place quietly creates smitten, everlasting universe. Romance for two lovers, the two lovers dance begin to receive their magic. Clouds appear behind both of them, vines of blue and pink clouds. Tears grow on their faces, under the moonlight, and as their hair and bodies become pink clouds. A glass-clear dome welcomed, romantic dancers, lovers to wake their dreams of beauty. Plants filling their electricity that creates a blue mist-purple haze, diamonds float around them, exotic birds fly with a welcoming presence. Blue and pink moons surround the room, floating as the young dancers dance tonight under a full moon, and waterfalls awake to sing a joyful rush of music. Their powers. A white steam swirl wind that help the spiral or spin with white steam swirl wind that surrounds them, a music box playing the dancers' hearts beat with the rhythm of flowers. Pink ancient flowers have candles in the middle of the flowers. The candle flames burst high with the rhythm of romance, the eternal kiss of love, everlasting, love, mist of the moonlit kiss. Luna closed the fairy tale book. She whispered to the clouds, "Let the moonlight lead you home." Plants music, I want to create a story that shows plants that create music and sound waves. Music can be so beautiful and bring my heart to joy. I want to study plants that communicate to each other with a song. Raindrops that fallen dance through the sky, falling through the air. Each raindrop has music notes inside them. The raindrops gather among each other to create music. A woman dressed in gold coat and a gold top hat made out of gold and carries a stick to help her walk. She limps. She gets around just fine. Ships made of gold wheels leaves from their castles to travel the sea. Doves fly around the ships. Ballerina dancing on lily pads. Dressed in pink. The new remarkable beginning of time begins with nature. There are millions of plants that holds a special language, if someone has discovered their words and music. Which today there are many scientists discovering powerful evidence of the past. In a forest or even your backyard lives many secrets of the untold sound waves of trees and plants. I do believe there is a God. And he is the most amazing creator and artist in our whole universe. Imagine each plant has a brain. Its leaves provide food for caterpillars and flowers provide the pollen for the bees, and they warn other plants if there is danger. They can't fight against those who harm them. Human ears will never hear their music, but now in this year and secrets of scientists have discovered from years back. Scientists have discovered so much information on plants, for example, the flytrap. Or a fern first the flytrap just by a touch. These flytraps close takes longer to reopen. But what if science and magic meet in the middle and created new bodies of different plants and flowers? How would they look? What would they eat? How would they reproduce? Finally, what do they speak of? I'm sure in this time of age, there must be a scientist who created some magnificent creatures. And maybe it's got a terrifying dark side to all of this. But what the heck? Let's create. Now I'll never be a god. I would never want to take his place. I respect God, and hopefully everything I do brings glory to him, but with the gift of knowledge and wisdom. Maybe we as just mortal humans, can we create plants in a form of humans? Now our first experiment is, drumroll, her name is Dewdrop. She is known to gather up raindrops that fall on everything in the forest. It is a miracle in need of those who are sick. It can cure many. The earth has chosen names for the trees. Plants and flowers. They were chosen many years ago. Nature whispers from all kinds of vegetation. And now we study the sound waves of music. Created by plants, they whisper in their language to the moon, a plant that takes shape like humans. These flowers are chosen to roam anywhere on the island. Dew drops the first creation by the scientist. A seed floats above the clear blue lagoon. The scientist opens her hands for other seeds to bloom. The seeds opened with a slow developing a human-like body, but as a plant, a body that is see-through, and its veins are seen inside her body. Veins perfectly created in her. As she came alive, her first choice was water. As she dips her hands in the river, the clear blue water was drunk through her hands. It was her source of life in her. Her body glows and the color is orange. And she has orange hair filled with orange leaves and roots that spread through her hair. She is beautiful. She does love the forest. A few flower friends have joined her. All the other seeds opened, unfolding a beautiful flower body. A blue rose-like human body sheds her blue rose petal over the lake. As for her skin, mixed with dragon scales, but blue rose petals shed as she walks. Another flower body comes to life. The pink and white flower layered hair filled of pink and white flowers. Her skin albino. Her cheeks and lips pink. Dandelion flower becomes alive. White dandelions, also shaped like in a human form, flow around her. There are many ants that welcome the new arrivers. They love the flowers. They spoke a language only ancient nature only knows the words they speak of. The ent's a tree that walks freely anywhere it is a thick white bark. Marked with moons and suns power 4 eyes that watch around them. A face that has sleepy eyes and cute nose. A white beard. Stars on his legs, bubbles float around them, they are earth memories. Butterfly loves the flowers that bloom on the ent's tree body. The ent's voice are soft whispers that wake up the powers of the markings of suns and moons. They keep watch for the flowers and trees that are young. The wind is fresh and clean air to breathe. The animals and nature adore the wind. It whispers to you. If you listen while blows through the trees, we offer our gifts to the wind. The flower's favorite game is to fly with the wind. The wind picks the flowers and plays with them. The wind loves them. The flowers' dresses they wear are see-through like a veil. They are elegant, they have vines and flowers attached to their heads of more flowers instead of hair. Its flowers layered in a pointy tail. A black orchid in human form is alive, very rare to see one. Snapdragon flowers bloom all over her body. Snapdragon joins them. As new arrivers come to life, many ants' blossoms grow in seconds. Now the scientist tested a fern, it reached out to her. It holds onto her hair. It loves the static electricity that attracts the plants. The scientists only human try to understand their behavior and secrets. Many plants wither through winter. And sadly, many die, only live for a short time. God is good all the time. Officially letting the new flowers learn the forest tree names and other flowers that are a part of their ancestors. All human figure flowers petal overlap their bodies except for Dewdrop. She is special, something about her is different. Her eyes green with a tint of yellow, a beautiful and rare color, Lady C. And the scientists have discovered sound waves of plants. The scientist thinks to herself, but are they hiding the evidence of the words spoken in their language? Is it top secret now? If plants warn other plants nearby them. If danger or if they feel pain, my curiosity is strong, and my inner self warns me of danger. My inner self sees visions of different worlds. Why now? I have been awoken. Let not knowing if magic is safe. Let there are few who found radiation that is used through bringing health back into one's body. Let us consider if it is dangerous. It is used in other ways. Can I awake magic? Can one find heaven? Or can one live a full life without becoming ill with cancer? Some are blessed to live a long, wonderful age, but others don't see another year. They die at any age, young or old, although I wish to live a long life. Is it possible for Theses flowers to live past winter? Who created music? Has it always been around? Deep thoughts begin in Lady C mind. I and many other scientists that is working on the project. All plants need soil, water, and the sun. Late at night, a Marcellus thing happens while we all humans sleep. The plants whisper to the moon. A light rain blesses the island. All ents and flowers stand for the light rain. It's soaked right through their petals. And new flower petals grow instantly, overlapping each petal on their bodies. They all glow of blue for the blue roses. Red roses glow. And even the ents enjoy a wonderful shower of rain that soaks right into their bodies of nature. Even the birds and strange-looking creatures enjoy the fresh rain, fulfilling their thirst, and to wash away the pollen. A clean, fresh air to breath. The human flowers take turns smelling all kinds of flowers. And their first time seeing an island that is pure. Lady C smells the leaves of different sources of plants and trees. One leaf brought a fragrance that awoke a vision of what the island could be like. The baby leaves have the strong aroma, though the older leaves lose the aroma. Lady C walks beside Dewdrop. Dewdrop collecting the raindrops of all kinds of bugs, even specially spider webs. Dewdrop recognized that all leaves have veins that spread upward on most leaves. Dewdrops also realized the veins grew downward on bigger leaves. The scientist smiled knowing Dewdrop was recognizing creation. Even when a leaf dies, its leaf skeleton stays forever. It may wither away. It is still beautiful, said Dewdrop. Lady C held up a mirror to show Dewdrop her reflection. Her body glowed bright, her veins grew in all different directions. Dewdrop asked the scientist why she is the only one of her kind to be her shape or color. I don't understand. Usually. Plants have an ego about themselves. But Dewdrop felt low self-esteem. Lady C tried to uplift Dewdrop emotions. You are the first of your kind. There are many flowers like you. I think you should look at this book. I know you just came to life. Take it easy. We are right beside you. I'm sure more like you will be chosen. Yes, you are the first. I think you're amazing. Lady C kept her doubts in the back of her mind open to a quiet understanding. Lady C. New Dewdrop may only live a season. Lady C realized she may have to make Dewdrop's seeds to welcome more of Dewdrop's kind. Lady C adores the flower humans. Let the moment their seeds open, time is ticking away. Their time is coming. What behaviors they hold. Not sure what we will do, if one is to rebel to all nature. Lady C wondering what music could do for the plants. Dewdrop looking through Lady C papers. Lady C asked Dewdrop to take a sit in her office. Dewdrop just smiling and happy. Lady C added wires to her head and put some music on for Dewdrop. To see what would bloom, some say if you talk to plants or let them hear music. Then Dewdrop's veins gold. Leaves begin to bloom, Lady C. Ask Dew to drop a question. What do you see? Dewdrop explaining the rush of wind that came through the window. Dewdrop explained what it feels like and describes the worlds of creation that can be. Dewdrop expressed her emotional feelings. Lady C said that's unlike flowers to feel. Dewdrop kept inside her vision. Music rises high from the chorus. Dewdrop seeing humans' minds and their emotional battles that rise and heals through music. It is a cure. Then Lady C turned off the music. Dewdrop, realizing beautiful new blossoms grew from her arms and leaves grew as the music ended, the blossoms and leaves disappeared. Then Lady C leads Dewdrop to the piano. She tells Dewdrop to take a seat. Lady C says, now tell me in your best words. What does the piano keys and sound like? What do they feel like? Dewdrop touched the piano key, and she realized it made a noise. Dewdrop looked Lady C in confusion of what to do. Lady C takes a seat next to Dewdrop. Lady C starts to play a song that sounds like a fresh wind blowing through Dewdrop emotions. Dewdrop feels the piano keys once more. It sounds and feels hollow. Lady C begin to teach Dewdrop a song, putting the music page filled with music notes. Dewdrop realizing the notes as a B-C letter. She followed each note slowly. Dewdrop is very smart. As Lady C played the music notes, Dewdrop followed right along. It sounded like magic to Dewdrop ears. Somehow the blossoms and leaves grew once more. Playing the piano is like creating disaster, but as she practices. As she plays it like unlocking the secrets of the universe, there are no spells. It is just pure love and imagination to create sounds music. Feeling the piano keys, it's cold, and it is a craving just to hear magical music notes, and as a song plays it awakes Dewdrop's senses. First note or sound in a song is like the wind. You melt into the first note, your spirit is lifted, you soar through imagination. It is like seeing the future. The world could be beautiful, inspiring, magical dreams, melt within a puddle of or a powder of colors. It's like sunlight that warms my leaves. It is like a moonlight that leads you through your imagination. It's the chorus that enchants my senses, unlocking thoughts of ancient lessons and worlds that could be. Maybe I can fly with the wind once more. Lady C played contemporary Christian music and hymns. Dewdrop knew who God was. She danced, giving God praise and glory after hearing the words. It was encouragement to keep believing and to discover a beautiful love story. Lady C explained that she keeps the faith, and she always have moments of worship and praise to King Jesus. God loves all and can forgive all, teaches. I love God very much. We who live can become prayer warriors. Prayer is the communication and our weapon. I love Jesus. He is my Savior. I love to worship and praise to my Heavenly Father. Next day, Dewdrop stood in peace. Above the lake there were stones to jump on one by one. The wind carries the scent of the ocean. It is aroma. I smell the leaves from afar from the bushes. The sunlight that dances on the leaves. The sunlight sparkles like diamonds at the right angle of the leaves. Lady C writes in her journal, explain the touch of rain and how it feels. My words express the touch of rain. The rain feels cold to the touch. The cold rain falls on me, its sharp coldness, rain drops feels painful. I love the rain. It's beautiful to watch it fall just at the right heaviness of the rain, waters all plants, trees, and grass. At some moments, it feels like I'm swimming in ice-cold ocean. It takes my breath away. Yet its purpose is to create clean air and wash away the pollen in spring. It is refreshing to me. It tastes like chemical or soap. I am diagnosed with fibromyalgia. Adventures as three best friends that sit on the rooftop at Sunnyva's house. They promise to be friends forever. They sat watching the sunset go down. One day I'm going to travel. I want to see the blue lights that glow in ocean. And see the clear glass rocks. Nox, Noah, and Sunniva sat together, Noah asking Sunniva to do that trick again. Sunniva holds her hand up and a blue flame appeared. Wow, which is hotter, a blue flame or a red flame? They were amazed. Nox's mom called him to come down. Noah and Nox fighting on who will cross the wooden board that leads to the next roof. The boys climbed down. Later that night at a bonfire. They were 11 and 12 years old. They went on hayrides. And close to the barn was a box of pumpkins. Noah described a gore and bloody film he had seen. It was about a pumpkin. Sunniva was not interested in hearing about the movie. As they rode around the cornfield, they could hear spooky music. My mom burnt an Ouija board once. Me and my friend played it years back. It's not real. I've prayed to moons and talked to wizards trying to figure out my gift of power. I didn't find out about my power of flames until I was standing next to the stove. I lit a match, and it set the kitchen on fire. Yet I survived. Later that night, my mom prayed and read her Bible. I felt sad for the one character in the Bible. King David character did many bad things, but God favored him, forgave him. My dad died after I was born. Mom doesn't talk about him or mention anything good about him. As the years flow by, at 3 different birthday parties happen. All 3 at age 16. Noah, Nox, and Sunniva celebrate their birthdays. Sunniva smiled big with a full mouth of braces, and Naos' cake was a Halloween cake. Nox' cake was an image of a jet. As they walked through the halls of school, they were able to stop and talk for a little while. Sunniva's name was called. She wore a graduation robe and the grade 8's hat. Noah and Nox dressed in their graduation robes too, and yes, the grade 8's hat. Sunniva smiled with a bright, beautiful smile that shined like pearls, and she was so happy to get the braces off just in time. Sunniva had her bags packed and her mom freaking out and feeling the empty nester emotions. All 3 friends sat in the old treehouse, which is the clubhouse. They made another promise that all 3 would travel the world. Nox joined the military. Noah traveled while working at a business in the city. He traveled everywhere. Sunniva finally broke free from home, hiding a deep secret from anyone she befriends or with boyfriends. 20 years after, on the cell phone through a FaceTime with 3 people. What if you die today? I mean, the universe is marvelous. How you want your funeral? Asked Sunniva. I want to be put on a raft and tie couple fireworks to my raft. Set it on fire, float me out to sea, then light as many floating lanterns, and tie a few cherry bombs to the lanterns, then let it all explode in the sky. Let me burn in love's fury and let lightning strike me. Then takes video or photos of me. For memories, explained Sunniva. She smiled with delight. You're twisted. Then all the guests run for their lives, been chased by dinosaur. Noah interrupts. No, that's supposed to be at weddings. The groom and bride run from a dinosaur. With the guests too, you edited in the photos. Nox, Noah, and Nox laughed at the image in their minds. Nox speaking as thoughts run through his mind. I think a medieval wedding, a woman in white dress, and a fire-breathing dragon, said Nox. I want a little wedding in a church. I'm not sure what else. I'll let my wife plan the wedding. Can't picture the wedding I would like, said Noah. I got to study for a test. College is a blast in Europe. Then got to work. I got to get up early. The military routes will be in one spot to do military drills. Good night, losers. Nox signs out of FaceTime, yawning and very tired. He turns the news on and positioned himself in bed. He fell right to sleep. What are you studying? Asked Noah. I'm wanting to be a film director, author, scientist, biggest nerd, and an herbalist want to be, and studying photography, which I'm pretty good at. When you want to go on trip through the world? Asked Noah. I am going on a field trip with the school. Tomorrow we are going a few places in Europe. I tell you about all my adventures. Sunniva yawns and speaks. "Ill fastime you tomorrow night?" Noah signs out of the fastime group, son of a last to sign out. Noah taking a breath, knowing him too has to get up early. The military of all routes will be up early to practice drills and practice their abilities in fighting skills. A test at the end of the week is very important. Noah opened his closet. Behind his clothes was a shelf. On it was photos of Sunniva. He loved her from years ago and still has feelings for her. Sunniva gets everything prepared for tomorrow field trip. She makes sure she has plenty of film. She loves to explore Europe. She realizes life can be great. I will always keep my friends' memories close to me. As she turned out, the light under her bunk bed was glow in the dark green stars and planets. She had taped photos of her friends Noah and Knox. Flashbacks of traveling during all the summers they spent at all the summer camps, and traveling everywhere. We've just about been a lot of places. North Carolina, we traveled far, at age 11, and finally reached our destination, a summer's camp. There were 3 buildings, a men's dormitory, a women's dormitory, and a cafeteria, a gym that many gather to join a conference. I saw as we came off the bus. It was nighttime. We went to the dormitories. I couldn't sleep. I woke up early in the morning. The sun greeted me with the sunshine dancing like gold little sparkles that danced on the water. A smoke from the fire pit from the night before. It danced like a white ghost rising through the air. Breakfast, I had eggs, bacon, cheesy grits. I head up to the picnic tables. I enjoy the cool air. It felt like fall and spring early that morning. Then after breakfast, we join a conference. They explain the fun things we will do today. I built a birdhouse in arts and crafts room. I didn't enjoy it. Then lunch. Then finally, we all lined up for tubing. The boat was speeding through the lake. I couldn't hang on anymore. My body flew deep into the water. I sunk to the bottom. I opened my eyes and a gray fin or tail was right in front of me. I want to see what it was. I couldn't hold my breath anymore. I swam to the surface being thankful for air. I tried to tell others about it, but no one could say if it was a real Loch Ness monster. I wanted to figure what it could have been. The next, we did the same schedule. Breakfast, conference, and arts and crafts. I sat thinking there's got to be more to life, feeling overwhelmed. I stood of the hedge of a board walk. I fell face first, floating to the bottom. A young teen jumped in to rescue me. He carried me to the nurse. I didn't know who he was. The nurse let me rest. My powers were trying to come up in flames. It filled like a wind and dried me in seconds. I felt hot, but I'm not sure if it was a friend inside me or is it a living thing a part of me. I'm not sure what the flame's name is. Welp, you are all right and no need to keep you here. I think you should take it easy and go and join the other groups. Soon it be dinner time. I spoke to the nurse about the fin I saw. She laughed, "Oh, there's no such thing. Okay, it's time for you to join the group." She smiled and was sweet to me. Later that night, I saw a figure of a long neck monster. It glided through the waters, and it was quiet as it swam. I found a swing set. I began to swing, watching the stars twinkle, and the full moon light dance like white ghost on the water. I never forget that moment. The next day, we departed from the camp. I was so happy that we go home. I took one last look back at the lake's steam raised from the lake, how enchanting some places can be, and whispered my goodbyes to the Loch Ness monster. I took my seat on the bus. We were on our next adventure. Texas, we arrived to the hotel. There are many rodeos and fields of grass, horses that eat gracefully. As we were led to one of the rodeos, we saw horses dance, gallop through the rodeo, cowboys chasing pigs, tying them up. I stood alone watching. Some young cowboys, maybe teenagers, climbed the gate that was locked. Nothing could get in and nothing can get out. Many history legends of men who fought wars. They fought a good fight. They have gone in history to be learned about. We went back to the hotel. We were fed well and then went a wagon ride in a country land. There were sunflowers that bloomed taller than me. We went to the beach. Then we traveled to a village that was like hobbit homes. They were built underground. People there were happy and greeted all of us. Later, we came to Dallas, Texas. At night, the city lights up with all kinds of colors. The Reunion Tower right in front of us. It was big, and we stood on a rooftop. Looking at the Reunion Tower, I saw a child playing with a soccer ball, and I joined in the game he played. For a few minutes of kicking the ball back and forth. It was fun. The small experiences in life are special. I met a few people while in Texas. One a very well-known preacher. I sat in a green chair while sat in his green chair next to me. He begins to read the Bible to me. A quiet evening to hear scripture. I wanted to tell him the powers that I have. Yet again I say nothing. We enjoyed our trip to Texas. Before I left, I stood in the small library of books. The 3 clocks on the wall begin to spin in circles. I run to be along with the others. Let things happen. I can't explain. Our trip in Texas has come to an end, and we continue our summer trip, leaving Texas behind. Georgia, a beautiful state. We stayed on the back roads of the country. We went to a waterfall park. We went down the wooden board pathway, finally standing in front of the waterfall. It was an accomplishment that was a great memory to always remember. I've seen few in my lifetime. The shop filled expensive stones, rocks, and sapphires, so many diamonds, the beauty of the adventure to stand so close to one. We went to a summer camp. I was so excited when I found the candy shop at a summer camp. Its buildings were like Western buildings. I didn't like sitting through conferences that were placed in a church, but they explained the fun we could have, even though we had stayed at the camp. We went swimming, and the cafeteria was a buffet. So delicious, so many choices to choose for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I was a happy camper. I laid in a field with Knox and Noah. We watched the stars seeing the Big Dipper. I played with the flames. Curious if there are others out there like me? The camp was a wonderful experience. My friends were with me all along. We leave camp, and on our next destination. Tennessee, we traveled through Tennessee. At the top of a mountain, many of the students cheered and echoed on the cliff. So students were daring and sat literally on the edge of the cliff. We had to join a choir. We had to sing at stadiums, Broadway theaters, and small opera houses. It was a remarkable sight to see. We all were young and the view was breathtaking. I saw an eagle fly through the sky. I loved the experience of that moment. My flames tried to appear in front of others. In panic, I hid away from others. My powers seemed to want to appear, but I can't let anyone see it. Arkansas, on our way to a greenhouse on a farm. Horses run through the hills. A brown wooden fence in between me and the horses. The horse came right up to me. I hold out my hand, flat palm, and gave the horse an apple. It was such a sweet moment. I will remember this moment. Knox, Noah, and Sunddeuss arrived to the farm of the greenhouse. We learned about different kinds of herbs. There was dill, rosemary, basil. We learned how to package the boxes to be shipped to the grocery stores. It was a beautiful sight. The greenhouse was enchanting. A joy it had become. I really enjoyed learning about the business. My flame again tried to appear. I ducked down trying to control the flame. We got back on the bus and continued our summer trip. Oklahoma, wow, I never been to a city before. As we entered into the state of Oklahoma, we first see big stone walls that were orange and white stripes. I was in awe. During the summer trip, we had to learn at the hotel about how to run a hotel. We took turns running the front desk and cleaning the rooms. We joined conferences in the stadium rooms. There was a dining room where everyone takes their meals and eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner. It was a different kind of hotel. I really had fun there. We graduated from the classes we took. We received our certificates. Sunddeuss, Knox, and Noah took their first step through the city. There are busy streets, crossing the crosswalks. Be patient to wait for the sign to cross the roads. The buildings were tall, and the reflection of the sun shined on the glass towers and library building. I couldn't believe my eyes that there was a 3-story library. We looked at so many books. There was a collection of CDs, music choices of all kinds. Oklahoma City, OK, was a hidden jewel of America. I was so happy to come there. Knox and Noah treated me to dinner, a restaurant on the first floor. So many different choices of food to eat. I was so surprised. The myriad botanical garden was beautiful and peaceful to explore. A small brook of a stream floated through the garden. Ducks with their baby ducks followed their mother. And a dome in the middle of the garden. A sight to see. A tree as tall as the building. Flowers bloom everywhere. A little river flows in the dome. Butterflies greet you as you walk through. The restaurants of many. We took the taxi to Bricktown City of OK. We walked and sightsee all kinds of shops and restaurants. We were there for 3 days. We explored the art festival. Bands played loud music, and art canvases placed in their tents. We looked every statue and artist's paintings. Different booths sold food and drinks. I never forget how wonderful it was as we say goodbye to Oklahoma City, OK, in celebrating the 4th of July. We watched the fireworks. It was fantastic. We all stood on the roof. Knox and Noah jumped from roof to stair that were beside the buildings. They did flips while holding colorful smoke as they jumped from building to building. A few other teenagers took their BMX jumping from roof to roof. Going downstairs in the city. Skateboarders sliding down steps and riding along the sidewalks. It was phenomenon. As it begins to storm, lightning got stuck on the sides of the building made of metal. It was flash of blue, a dangerous but phenomenon. To live through, it made my night worthwhile. We officially finished our summer vacation and headed home. It had been a joy to experience new places, but little homesick we travel back home, to my house in the back of the woods, homebound. Finally, back home, age of 11. Sunniva, Knox, and Noah happy to be home. We gather with friends and head to the beach, with our parents. They bought our surfboards, our first time surfing at Daytona Beach. Brown sand we cross. Standing in front a massive wave. We take surfing lessons, our coach teaching us to stand on the surfboards. We catch on quick. Sunniva catches her first wave but falls down. Then Knox catches a sweet wave, going through first wave tunnel. He felt the rush and freedom of excitement, Noah waiting for his wave. All three have become ocean lovers. Taste of salt on our tongues, not trying to drink the water, under the ocean. Noah swims with the turtle. Noah swimming in circles and the turtle swimming alongside him, both swimming in circles. The moment was a sweet memory. We've been out at sea for a while, sitting on the beach and watching the sun go down. This day will be remembered. Sunniva catching one more wave, the dolphins swim along with her. As she swims to shore, she laughs as amazed of the moment. Back at home, the fireflies swarm around Sunniva in her backyard. She sits on the roof. Watching the stars and moon become her moon, she says a prayer to the moon. Her heart seeks the divine creator. She holds out her hands and wave them. The blue flame appears as it shoots up towards the moon. She floats to the sky. As feet are no longer on the roof, she sees a gold flame circle around her. A golden glow of flame of lightning shoots from her heart. Her eyes turn gold, honey brown tint of green on the outside of her pupils. The next day, Sunniva had started piano lessons. Her teacher taught her easy songs. Sunniva wasn't good at it. Then later that week, she took ballet, but she wasn't good at that. Then she quit both piano lessons and ballet. So, her mom reliving she needs a hobby. She bought her adult coloring books and sketchbooks, and a digital camera. Sunniva took big interest in all three things. She loved to color the coloring books. She taught herself how to draw. And taking pictures of nature was fun to her. When I grow up, I'm going to be something different. Sunniva didn't want to be competitive, but she enjoys the arts. She's easygoing. She gets along with others, and is a peaceful person. Avoids conflict and is first to ask forgiveness if she offends someone. Loves animals, and enjoys food. She doesn't ask for much, but as she lays in bed at the college in Europe, put new tape on the pictures of her friends back on the ceiling of the bunk bed. She went asleep, nervous of the next day. She prepared herself to become what she dreams of for years. Going on the city's bus, needing places that she can take photos of and bring to life for her test. This summer on vacation, I will explore different parts of Europe and different places on Earth. Flashback. She remembers painting on her canvas at the college. Creativity is strong. Her belief in magic is strong. She painted a painting of a woman soaring through midair with a gift of power of flames. She thinks many times and reliving that memory of her floating above her house magical moment love for magic. As she takes her sit on the bus, she hears a deep men's voices. Can I sit here? Is this seat taken? It was Knox and Noah. Just in the nick of time, they caught up with Sunniva's trip. Noah sat behind her, while Knox sat next to her. They weren't in military uniform regular clothes. The bus took its leave from the bus station. Sunniva handed a bag of candy jelly beans her friends. Okay, let's play a game since it taken a while to go to our destination. As conversations began echoed through the bus. Just different people and people who are complete strangers. We all stayed to ourselves. Knox was the first to taste a jalebian. He spit it out and said it tasted like throw up. Sunniva laughed at Knox. Noah try his and it tasted like cherry. Sunniva tasted a few, mine taste like popcorn. Either Knox got the bad jelly beans. I can't eat any more of that yuck. London, Knox expressed himself. Many hours later they arrived at London. The Big Ben was an amazing attraction. Sunniva ordered 2 more tickets to the Royal Ballet and Opera. It's a beautiful building. Sometime in history, it was rebuilt. It was strong foundation. And yes, the red bus's transportation is always driving by. It is a magnificent city. A part of Europe with deep love, very kind people. And yes, one of my favorite queens that once ruled. Queen Elizabeth I, there are so many stories about her. I adore her. Now knowing the King Philip and Queen Elizabeth XI, their king now is King Charles and Queen Camilla reign, year 25. Yes, we are finally here. Knox, Noah and Sunniva are so excited to explore London. First, they went to a small restaurant in the heart of London. Its name is Giggs that is on Tottenham Court Road that serves fish and chips. The fish and chips were fresh. Were excellent, a little sleepy but ready to explore more stores and their culture. We walked all the way to Buckingham Palace. It was a beautiful palace. Then took a cab to the Royal Ballet and Opera. We had gone to the hotel to shower and change clothes. We found our seats as the staff led us to them, many still coming and taking their seats. The lights went low, and the curtain raised. The ballerina and the orchestra began. It was marvelous. As night became, the moon lights blessed us with its man on the moon. Looking up from our hotel balcony, the lights in the city shined like Christmas. A cool, windy spring night took its place in London. It was sad we didn't see more of London. We took our leave to explore more towns, cities, and to imagine more culture and history of each part of Europe. Throughout Europe, there may flowers planted on corner streets. In front of restaurants and stores, each flower is thought of friendships for those who fall in love. Flowers of different people's choices. To enjoy and take photos of different parts of Europe. Europe's culture takes a deep pride in placing the flowers throughout Europe. Venice, Italy. The colorful city where houses right above the sea. Their culture, art, and delicious food. We head to the airport and yes, to the next few places to visit, probably by a cruise ship to get to those places. We explored the gold and white city. Sunniva bought a hat, while Knox, Noah, and Sunniva take of friendship photos. Italy, Rome. A city of art statues created ageless artists, a city that comes to life. Has a history of stories that have become legends, restaurants that have the pizza. We explore museums. We see the art that inspired thousands of generations, the culture. Art and food, what else could different places in the world can offer? Then Amalfi Coast, Italy, a village that survived many storms. Still today their homes sit on cliffs, landscapes of green, surrounded by the ocean. We explored everything we could, taken in many memories. Japan, Kyoto, walking through and seeing what culture, history that they were deeply rooted in traditions. Cherry blossoms are deep roots in their history. Everything detailed in their words that was written years before now. I enjoyed the shops, the food so delicious. Japan, a city that lights up and it's like nothing you've seen before. We took interest in their traditions, music, and art. Falling in love with the food. They have cherry blossom trees that bloom this time of year, ancient secrets, yet not discovered or spoken of. So much history to learn about the stories of those who hold powers that were alive once. I adore the people and admire the culture, art, and food. It is a smartest generation after generations creating technology. Hot springs you can rest in and enjoy. Tokyo skyscrapers take a vision of beauty. They are known for creative films. Music and a different lifestyle. Fish markets open to the earlier than the sun, getting ready to begin their day. Senso, G Temple still stands. At night life transforms into magical experience. Cherry blossoms are like a dream come true. Architectural building have been created by geniuses. Tahiti. Next, we had to take a boat to Tahiti, an island that is filled millions of colors. The ocean surrounds them. Defiantly have to swim in the clear blue waters and oceans. Little huts line up on the ocean's surface, green valleys. It a breath of fresh air to be somewhere like here. though we can't stay longer, but we travel to the next adventure. Nordic countries, Ireland, Scotland, Norway, Sweden, Poland, Switzerland. Hot air balloons. The northern lights dance above our heads, a glorious color of lights hiking through moss forests, swimming in creeks and clear blue lakes, some of the most marvelous places to go to. The same places wait for the next adventurous seekers in each generation. Kayaking, hiking, and taking a cruise around Nordic countries. The beauty of flowers, land of fresh green spreads miles. Climbing to the top of the mountains where snow becomes a new world, we try snowboarding, ancient waterfalls that have been around Earth for years. Their foods, art, and culture are incredible. Life is everywhere. Their cities are different color buildings. We found lots of art shops. Sunndeuss was in heaven. Australia, a road that travels right by the sea. Pink Lake's cliffs you can hike. Cowl bears and a zoo of different kinds of animals landscapes. Kangaroos that carry their babies in their pouches. It was beautiful hidden jewel in our Mother's Earth creation. The city breathtaking display of lights that light up Australia. And the welcoming of friendly folks that have lived there for many years. You feel love right when take your first step into their world. Our last adventure together is Disney in Paris. It's a castle of the story Sleeping Beauty, a dragon that lights up in color green with smoke that fills the air at the bottom of the castle. It is a wonderful place to create memories. A place for children and all ages to enjoy the theme park. We were little, we went to Disney World in FL. It was remarkable, and truly a place of imagination that we all enjoyed. We look back at how big certain rides or attractions were. Here we are in Paris, City of Love. It is so much fun. We went through different rides and try foods at their restaurants of choice. As we go through Alice and Wonderland and Peter Pan's rides, there are many more rides. We took many photos of ourselves, while at the end of the ride you got pay for the photo, but it was a blast. We had finished dinner at fine dining restaurant. Knox and Noah say their goodbyes at the Eiffel Tower. City of Love never sleeps. Noah asked Sunndeuss to show them her trick of magic. She waved her hands and flames of gold surrounded them. It amazed them. Wow, you have superpowers. You know, I've found some articles and short stories of women who have powers. I'll email them to you, said Noah. I love to read about them, said Sinevan. The experience of the places are now memories that we dreamed as young folks. A few goofy friends on top of the Eiffel Tower looking up at the stars. Seeing couples everywhere holding hands. And let Sunndeuss waits to experience love one day. The beauty of the city lights glowed with enchantment, and a magical night it had become. Noah takes a glance at Sunndeuss. He wanted to ask her out, but Knox and Noah had to leave. Sunndeuss smiled and hugged Knox and Noah. The moment passes. Knox, Noah, and Sunndeuss walked to the hotel. Knox, Noah, and Sunndeuss had their belongings packed, leaving the hotel together. Heading to the airport, they separated at the airport's gates. Sunndeuss staying in Europe to finish college, and her two best friends say goodbye for good for one last time. More adventures wait for these best friends. Sunndeuss headed back to the college dorm. She was exhausted, so a little snack and rest is for the best. Sunndeuss went to the top of the college building. She didn't know she was being followed. Noah appeared, leaving Knox on his own to head back to the military base. I have loved for many years and was so nervous to express his love to her. I think you're amazing. And he got down on one knee and asked her to be his bride, said Noah. She accepted and full of happiness. She tried to express her love to him, knowing for so long that both were so nervous and shy to express their love for each other. As she held his hands, they floated up their feet again, not touching the roof. They floated in circles slowly. A gold dust lights up surrounding her, and a little moon appeared in front of her. It's small enough to hold in her palm. One question: if we were to have children, would our children have flames of fire power in them? Sunndeuss laughed and explained that she not sure. If that is to happen, well, know how to help them, and I'm more prepared now for the future than ever before. She whispered, I see the moon and the moon sees me. I love the moon and the moon loves me. They danced a slow dance on the rooftop, and two lovebirds fell in love. May the moonlight lead you home. Written by Carina Galloway. Moon's Woods girls home. My mom and I didn't see eye to eye. I was 14. I was schizophrenic bipolar. Ad and ad. I was always dreaming, never ending of flying in the clouds. Music has saved me from many mistakes in my life. Flashback, I wanted spell books and I decided I was a witch. Witchcraft was always appealing to me. I didn't know what else I could live for, playing reggae boards and praying to wizards in crystal balls. I got drunk and threw up all over Mom's couch. Mom was pissed. It brand new and pure white. No regrets, I was always put in stray jackets. I was left in the quiet room. Still couldn't figure what I did wrong. Me and few friends at the mental hospital. Hang out here and there. Since I was 14 this time. Just spoiled rotten. The staff would reward us with each star we got on our boards. I started to corroborate with the nurses and doctors. Shiloh, come get your meds. I hate pills. I feel like I going to joke on them. Adam and me were dating before I was sent away. We danced under the moonlight and fell in love. Maybe we too young, we love each other. Me and the girls went swimming. Grandpa said I swim like a fish. My first kiss was with a girl. My feeling for Adam were strong. Kissing more fun with boys. Shara and Bill were friends of mine. We played the games. Spitting watermelon seeds in the watermelon shells. We created our own arts and crafts. I tried to make a dinosaur, made it with clay. The night day my mom came and explained to me I was going to a new place. My Adam. He brought me a cupcake for my birthday and we went on a Ferris wheel ride. And we went into witchcraft store. I was looking for a wand and spell books. Moon's Woods Girls' Home was paradise. It was by a lake. I felt unworthy and couldn't stop thinking about Adam. The drive here was forever. It was a huge home with 20 bedrooms and 7 bathrooms, and 10 dogs and 1 parrot. A fence went all the way around the house. My grandpa and grandma met us there. Grandparents hugged me and told me they loved me. Grandpa gave me a Bible. Inside it was Grandpa's writing. To my little friend, I flipped through it, wasn't sure what the Bible was, never read it. The girls wore normal clothes for church. There were altogether 15 teens at the home. The secretary welcomed us in. And we all sat down and conversation began. We have rules about what you wear. And we go to church every time the doors open. Hopefully, you find God's love here. And we will work with your child for at least a year. Little did I know I would be there for 7 years. And it would be the last time I see my family. The conversation went on forever. This rule, that rule, we go to church. We travel and all the girls will sing hymn songs. We practice every day. School is a must. I imagine myself on a pirate ship, being forced to walk the blank. I rather die. That bubble of dreams above my head popped. My family said their goodbyes. I was relieved but nervous. The girls seemed nice. Daydreaming about Adam and he come rescue me in his future Chevy truck from the 40s that doesn't work. The staff Claudia led me to my room. It was storming. And magic is what I craved. On amazing stormy night, the girls were loud, laughing and talking among themselves. My roommate came in. She introduced herself. I'm Dinah, so I guess we are roomies. I took a deep breath and introduced myself. I'm Shiloh. The doors in the hall slammed. Some of the girls were horseplaying. Sounds like fun, I whispered to myself. Dinner was in order. We had turnip greens, mashed potatoes and steak. Oh, and mac and cheese. My taste of the staff's cooking was so delicious. I started to eat fast before I knew it. I was finished. Full and happy, I never had food like that before. The girls were joking and talking about friends, boys, and what it'll be like when they return home. 3 dining room tables, and the girls introduced themselves to me. I'm Shasa, Lisa, Dinah, Ella. Syra, Jessie, Maggie, Victoria, Wendy, Franca, Bartha, Hannah, Rika, Elena. And you met Dinah. They all said hi to me and we all started talking about where everyone was from. Elena explained to me it's not so bad here. You get used to living with all of us crazy girls. Staff Claudia explained to me about choirs. Every week you get a new chore. We all woke up by the alarm that played loud in the intercom. I wanted to sleep longer. That same morning I realized all beautiful it was here. The garden with flowers planted around the trees and bushes, the fog steaming off of the lake. Crisp air, and the leaves had changed color. September 1st. Fall is among us and the morning dew was spread out in the flowers and grass. The sun morning glory greeted me. Mother Nature is amazing. Coffee aroma filled the kitchen. Most of the girls got their coffee mugs, and the staff made a huge breakfast. Scrabble eggs, hash browns, biscuits, and bacon. The smell filled the house. It welcomed your senses. The green forest I discovered on my own that morning, the forest. There were blue jays, cardinals, robins, hummingbirds. I was so amazed by the beautiful moose and trees. Mushrooms were growing wild. My imagination took off. I was a fairly Indian princess on top of a cleft, dolphins calling me to swim. There's a fort in the woods, not much to look at. It was my pirate ship to Neverland, the sailors singing, as I wear a pirate hat, leading through the universe. A stack of books placed in my cubby hole. They were study books for school. Reality sucks. I wanna die, just let me dream. The schoolroom was separated from the house. And school started at 8 o'clock, ended at 3 o'clock. I felt as dead. My daydreams took over my thoughts, and I imagined me on the beach. Shipwreck and laying on the beach. The clouds grew dark, and thunder and lightning grew louder and brighter. My thought process interfered with the school bell. It was Wednesday, and tonight would be my first time going to church. Dinner: sweet peas, rice, and barbecue chicken, and fresh buttered rolls. All the girls got dressed. I felt nervous. All the girls had their Bibles. I dusted mine off, sat in my night table. The drive was comforting, it enjoyable. Seeing the town for the first time. Sightseeing, we rode in a big white van. It was clean and smelled good. Right at the door we were welcomed. The men were dressed fancy hats. The ladies dressed up and going to church. Some wore hats as well. We took our seats, and the music begins. It was like being at a concert. Choir began to sing, only seen concerts on TV. Then the preacher began to preach. I never knew about Jesus. He read from John 3:16. Then he closed the Bible and the piano music. Beautiful melody. He continued preaching. God loves you and doesn't want you to suffer, doesn't want anyone to go to hell. He wants you for eternity. Will you believe and trust God and give your life to Him? He asked us to come down the altar. He said the sinner's prayer. I repeated the sinner's prayer right along with him. I ran down to the altar. I didn't want to go to hell. I wanted to be saved. I had no idea about becoming a Christian or believer of God would be like. It's a growing relationship and journey. I accepted Jesus as my Lord and Savior. The next day we woke up and had breakfast, tea, and coffee. I felt happy and brand new. All of us girls had to do a Bible study in the morning. It was quite time. I was so nervous. I was afraid to speak up. I had no idea what to study. Dinah asked me softly if I needed help. I said, please help. We prayed together and studied the Bible together. New season spring, 2 years later school. Granting I stared at the clock, begging for golden afternoon to come quick. If I could just fall down the rabbit hole and disappear for a while. My imagination was sad. Sad, gloomy, rainy day. Although I love the smell of fresh rain or fresh cut grass. I sat on the swing, enjoying the wind. Pink blossom trees blew its petals through my hair and around me. The girls joined me. We started singing hymns and Christian songs that we knew. The roses simmered. I collected a few to dry on my wall. I grabbed my suitcase and pointed my finger to the sky. Looking up, and I sat on my suitcase and calling aliens to come forth. As the girls would watch TV. I escaped from the living room and listened to music. My imagination would run wild. Music became my passion. I didn't know how to play or write songs. I am determined. Blue as the ocean, I never saw Adam again, but a new love has popped in my mind. I've fallen head over heels for him, 17-year-old Joan. He was very handsome. I was shy, and I would hold my breath and forget the world, dance in the rain and jump in the pool. I was always excited to see him. I almost made a shrine for him in my closet. Haha, maybe this love could happen. But being here, I wasn't allowed to date, but that's okay. Just a crush, something I need to pray about. Bring everything to God, gotta pray. I love to pray and worship. Graduation day was held at church, and was a wonderful celebration. I had a rough time in school. Wearing the robe and hat, I worked hard. I will trust God, continue praying and worshiping God, praise King Jesus. On Sat, April 5, 26 at 4:08 p.m. Katrina Galloway, Katrinagloa Yamig Melilturnum Wameno Clicks wrote. Delirium Moonlight Prayer in Delirium Mind is a world that is dark world and a colorful forest. This world can flip upside down. Sliver melts on the one who finds the skeleton trees. There are trees that stand tall, their leaves decay. Skeleton leaves, a part of the trees, are of an ancient writing that appear, a forest made of mushroom cities. The ancient writings are alive in her mind. Many scientists are trying to discover the ancient writings. The gold ancient worlds are hidden in Delirium's mind. Though she sees this world, she wants to find it. A piano sits in the middle of the forest. A woman sits at the piano dressed in a red dress and black boots. She plays the piano gracefully. A raindrop dancers dance on the water, a fire flame ballerina raindrop. The water glass bottles hold sailors or pirate ships inside them. It looks like raindrop dresses, they wear little water ballerinas. A girl enjoying the lake in the middle of the forest. She wore a black dress and wore black and white strip lipstick. There are small forest trees that raindrops have chosen to hang on the ends of the leaves' spider webs. They have small cities and different kingdoms inside the raindrops. If you visit the places inside the raindrop, you must be chosen for it. She has retardation disability. It is a mental disability. Her body is normal, but her mind is childlike. She spaces out and illusionists. Delirium dreams of such places. She is curious why the vision appears only to her. Moon madness has taken over Delirium mind, yet it won't take effect until little later. The raindrop city watches Delirium very closely. Too many pass her, the world not knowing she is special, though she will go through dark trails. She grows strong and worthy for the raindrop cities. Still, the search goes on throughout the world. Only one girl has this vision looking for Theseus worlds. Delirium doesn't look like a princess or a warrior there on planet Earth, where there's no understanding or love towards those with mental illness. Delirium was a happy child. She took piano lessons, ballet, and was into rollerblading and skateboarding basketball. Little punk she had become. Although her personality shined, although she put up with those who were bad in her family, her brother was known to mistreat women. He slammed the piano lead down on Delirium's hands. Delirium wanted to play the piano. Her brother taking a baseball bat and breaking all her snow globes. As her sister was about the same age, about 8 years old, he tried to beat her sister with a green pole was a thin pole. Delirium grabbed the pole and hitting her brother with it, standing up to him. Her brothers grabbed a belt and beat Delirium. Delirium moved to try to get away from him. He missed and gave her a black eye. Delirium looked in the mirror realizing what he had done. She yelled at him saying, "I hate you. One day, I will destroy you," she vowed to herself, although their parents were very involved with all 8 children. Sometimes, as parents get a bad one in the patch. Delirium accused by her brother that she had beat her sister and broke all her snow globes. Her mother shocked and not knowing the truth, and her father always leaving for business trips. Deliriums were put in counseling, where they decided she was schizophrenic and bipolar. The doctors had put wires attached to her head for further testing. Half of her brain is dead, floating in circles. Her hair stands up. Walking straight up on the ceiling upside down. Let with all accusations put Delirium in the mental hospital. She was put on Randolin and Soul Loft. She was diagnosed with ADD and ADHD. Pills for depression and ADD and ADHD at the mental intuition. She fights against the men who put her in a stray jacket. They're in a white cushioned room. She illusionists. She sees a small witch cottage with mossy grass and stones appear before her. A world in her imagination grew. She dreams. There and she was in the courtyard among other mental ill children. She was left behind. They must miscounted the group. Delirium floated towards the basketball hoop. As she smiled, nothing was lifting her up. Nothing was holding her. Yet the universe chose her. She landed and almost tripped. She ran to the basketball hoop, missing the shot, knowing now she was different but not higher person than anyone else, and she grew up in a room with cushioned white walls. Being on a tight schedule while been isolated. The mental intuition saw the footage on screen. They called her parents to explain that Delirium was not normal and many have become what she is. They opened up an old book with ancient knowledge and wisdom, her mom crying with tissues, and her apologizing for what her daughter had caused damage to the center. as they walked into the sound booth. A big window separates Delirium and her parents Dee and greeted the owl. The owl speaks gently in a whisper. As the wind blows through, each owl and birds close their eyes, seeing a vision for Delirium enjoying the touch of the wind. Many souls travel in the wind. They all spoke at the same time. Sunfire smiled at the animals. She gently let all of them know that visiting is over. Sunfire told Delirium that she's going into town. Want to come with me? Sunfire asked. Delirium said yes and shook her head in agreement. There is a school in town that teaches youngsters. Delirium explained that her birthday has passed. Sunfire was excited. We shall celebrate. Oh, it's never too late. A fish tank in her living room. The fish gathered together in the corner of the fish tank. Delirium noticed they seemed to point to her. She said, "Your fish are acting strange." Sunfire smiled in the back of her mind. Hearing the wind whisper what Delirium will become, as we rode elephants through the forest, we stopped to view the waterfall. The elephants bowed down to let us jump down to the ground. A beautiful waterfall. The noise of the waterfall is loud. You can't hear the aircrafts going over us even if you wanted to talk it, just loud noise. Though it's a beautiful view, many fought for this part of the forest to always stay. So many more generations can enjoy it. Finally arrived in town, a Gothic feel. Its buildings shaped castles there weren't castles. Top of the buildings had a sharp point to the roof. You smell the food from miles away. There are many restaurants to choose from, a wonderful food market. There are millions of choices, little shops that light up. A town that's been around for years. Each restaurant offered different kinds of food and drinks. First restaurant, named Golden Brew Restaurant. The menu offered lots of choices of beer and corned beef with carrots and potatoes, steak with asparagus, and so much more. Then there was the Greenhouse Restaurant, which had a shop inside. Vegan lettuce wraps with a very fresh veggies and a vegan sauce that spread through it, tofu with rice and eggplant, tomatoes, cucumbers. A vegan lasagna, more to eat, you be satisfied. A very fresh food if you don't eat meat. The Greenhouse Restaurant is best choice. There are many herbs and spices they sell, very popular, which they cook a lot of vegan foods. Then yes, a meat eater's dream restaurant. It's called Carnivore's Roots Restaurant. Since there are more restaurants, we chose the cafe. It sits on a corner in the middle of the heart of the town. Strawberry Waffle Cafe, my favorite, waffles with strawberries stacked, and whipped cream on top. Lots of syrup, cup of coffee and orange juice. So delicious. The cafe was so cute. A train that rode on train tracks rode through the walls around the restaurant. When they were finished eating, Sunfire and Delirium went to a food market to buy some food. Sunfire wanting to make dinner later in the evening. Delirium memory of her grandfather taking her to a bookshop. It was dark, and her grandpa told Delirium to pick a book, any book. There in the bookstore, little light shined through a window. She looks around and nervous. Delirium asked for a spell book. Delirium picked a book. It read King James Holy Bible. It is a book hated from different worlds. Grandparents were happy for her. They both said it's a very good book. Delirium was young. Later one night, she tried to read the Bible, yet her speech impairment and lack of knowing how to read, she couldn't say the books of the Bible. She closed it, but she thought to herself, it's magical. She never knew what her future holds. She questioned the lightning as it strikes down to earth, yet it answered her more than once. A voice speaking to her when she was a child, saying a name. Delirium sweating and staring to the fire. In her mind, she's still spinning. Sunfire explained where magic had first been spoken of. So many lives lost to danger, dark, or even light magic was punished. Delirium still desires revenge. Her heart that night turned to stone. Sunfire realized Delirium had a book in hand. Delirium is uneducated. She couldn't read the words. Sunfire realized it was the King James Holy Bible. Sunfire explained to her that the Bible was banned from Theseus worlds. It was written years ago. Sunfire told Delirium, it's up to you. If you believe it, there are many beliefs out in the world. Delirium said it's just some reason book cover was beautiful. I have no idea how to read it. Sunfire realized that Delirium is seeking a high power, a purpose, and probably a family. Sunfire sees Delirium's heart. She sees her two paths in front of her. It is a choice she'll have to make. Sunfire smiled but worried for what she feels, the energy from her mind. It is a bad energy. "Delirium, would you come to church with me? Sunfire said it out of town, but we will go. You would need to speak someone about that book." "I have no hatred to those who believe in it. I choose not to," Sunfire said. "I've seen many generations die for the one the Bible speaks of. I dare not say any more." Let Delirium's book was rejected by Sunfire. Delirium put the book away. "We will leave at dawn. We will let a missionary or a preacher explain to you." Early in the morning they travel by horses. They came to the small town, a preacher preaching the gospel. Sunfire scared, realizing in these times, "I could never step foot in there," said Sunfire. She nudged Delirium to go into the church. The preacher was speaking to someone. Delirium walked right up to him. The preacher can sense her powers. He smiled at her. He could her past and future. Depending on choice she will make. The pastor told her to take a seat. Delirium showed him the book, the Holy Bible. She explained what she feels, hears, and sees on a daily each day. Delirium asked him to him what it says. First, he asked her, "Are you saved?" She explained to him that her past is many mistakes, though I don't understand why I chose this book. She explained her grandfather had bought the book for her years ago. He told her about John 3:16. It read John 3:16 King James Version 16, "For God so loved the world, that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish, but have everlasting life." The pastor explained to her about Jesus died on the cross for my sins, and not just me, but for all. And if you repent of your sins and ask Jesus to forgive you, and ask Jesus to come into your heart, it is a choice you can make. You'll go to heaven and live with God for eternity. Yes, you could accept God's offer. I lead you in prayer. The pastor led to the altar. He led her into prayer. As Delirium prayed, Delirium didn't know how to read. The pastor's wife said, "I will come and pick you up for church each Sunday, if you like to come here." Delirium feeling God's presence, unsure what she was created for. The pastor gave her CDs of the Holy Bible. You can listen along as you try to read it. The darkness left her body. The pastor asked Delirium why to have you come for other reasons. This is the first of your kind to accept Jesus. The pastor realized Delirium was in pain. The pastor's wife asked her, "Where you from?" Delirium told them her past. Yet it was heartbreaking to know that her brother treated her so bad. It is good to forgive him. It was wrong of him to have treated you so bad. Forgive him, it says in Romans 12:17. 1 King James Version 17. Recompense to no man evil for evil. Provide things honest in the sight of all men. 18. If it be possible, as much as lieth in you, live peaceably with all men. 19. Dearly beloved, avenge not yourselves, but rather give place unto wrath, for it is written, "Vengeance is mine, I will repay, saith the Lord." 20. Therefore, if thine enemy hunger, feed him, if he thirst, give him drink. For in so doing thou shalt heap coals of fire on his head. 1. Be not overcome of evil, but overcome evil with good. Let Delirium might struggle with her thoughts. She hangs on to the past. Delirium left the church, knowing she found God's love, but not sure the magic within is a gift or a curse. Delirium struggles with herself, and knows many have gone before her stronger and more disciplined. She leaves Sunfire behind. She's still not sure where to call home. Are these powers from a high power? Why did the magic choose me? She prayed to God to lead her where he wants her to go. As she opened the map, feeling a gentle whisper, she pointed her finger to a new place to explore, a ship waiting at a port. The Abino Delirium stands strong, not sure what happened next. The worlds we live in are making choices. Some believe in science, while others like me who are chosen to use magic, many want to destroy us. And I might fight for those who are chosen for magic. My thoughts scrambled, and yes, I choose God. Others like me will reject me, because I choose to believe in God. Where did this magic come from? I must find the source that picked me for what purpose. Magic is either good or dangerous. Science or magic, which picked me? Delirium asked herself. But what is logic? Who's responsible for the lives that was lost? It spreads through my veins like electricity. And Delirium, remembering the pastor mentioned a devil. I don't understand much of such a creature. It was a fallen angel. 1 Peter 5:8 King James Version 8. Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour. I've never seen the devil. I am not curious about it. I don't understand everything in the Bible. I have come to 2 paths deep in the woods. Here I am. I must find the sailor's ship. And Delirium prayed that God help her choose which path to take. My mission is to find more like me. Far in the volcano caves, a devil once known as Lucifer. It despises God's chosen ones, and it wants to destroy Delirium. Delirium's magic is asleep. Delirium will have to prepare for the fight of her life with God on her Cid. Will it be in this life or her spiritual life? Delirium wants to do God's will, and God has a purpose for her. Delirium traveled going across the seas. Its night unfolds with galaxies and stars that brighten the sky. A beautiful night. These moments are truly magnificent. So many kings and queens are among the stars, and Delirium stands in amazement. Knowing the stars will guide the ship to their destination, Delirium prayed, "Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for so much you've revealed to me, and let your light shine bright through me. Prepare me to always be alert and focus on you. And each mission that is granted to me, I will choose the will of God." Delirium listened to the CDs that the pastor had given her. Each tape would read along with the Holy Bible, and God's words spoke directly to Delirium. Love has set Delirium free and lead her through her darkest moments. Thank you in Jesus' name, Amen. Psalm 91, 7, 8 King James Version 7 1,000 shall fall at thy side, and 10,000 at thy right hand, but it shall not come nigh thee. 8 Only with thine eyes shalt thou behold and see the reward of the wicked. Delirium praised God under the stars and galaxies. As she heard the scriptures, her adventure begins as a new child of God. The end. Katrina Galloway, my mind gone blank, not sure how to end the story, kind of a cliffhanger. I tried. Let the moonlight lead you home. On Sat, April 5, 26 at 4:10 p.m. Katrina Galloway, Katrinagloyamig Melilteronum Wamenoclix wrote, "Clocks bugs in spaceship flying through a universe. A princess dying to break free as she walks the halls of the spaceship. Her dress flowing through pink with purple flowers and blue flowers stitched to her dress. She's like porcelain, all over her body painted maps and tree limbs. Color blue flowers. Pink hair on her planet, a castle stands in the courtyard. Their stand is a tall tree filled with mechanical bugs. Her obsession started when she's very little collecting bugs. In her world, water floats. Pens float and magic is always near, writing ancient writings in the air. She grabbed a tool and started building a clock bug, made of metal gold, with designed little bubbles holes throughout it. On the back it had a wind up, but it could be so much more. She looked on her desk. The different bugs of toy robots. What is my gift? What was I created for? Princess Chloe, trees echoing for life. In the middle of the court is like a purple and pink haze of smoke, tree with pink flowers. She runs to the meadows with streams of rivers that float through the air. The town misunderstands her. They whisper among themselves that she is mysterious. As she gets ready for nighttime, she speaks to the moon. Oh, how life could be better. Beyond our universe, there is different worlds. We dream for health, wellness, and truth to held in our lives. A light bulb of thought turned on. She said to herself, shall see the great and powerful wizard. He lives deep in the forest in a tower among animals that he invites freely in his home. Some say he's a wise and humbled wizard. The next day she sneaked through the palace walls. Her answers will finally be answered. If I could create a new palace, this would be my palace. Her thought floated in a bubble. It popped. New thought in a new bubble begun. My palace would be made of all kinds of amazing things, like what my palace would be made of if I had my own palace. The halls will have pink blossom trees, all lined up through the hallway. Mist of fog floating through the halls. Tree branches as the rooftops with his branches and leaves reaching towards the middle of the rooms. The ballroom is filled with pink blossom trees. The tree trunks are made of white oak. A river flows through the ballroom. Fog of mist fills the ballroom. The balcony that overlooks the garden. The walls are white with pink roses. The library made us beautiful cottages curled into tree branches. The top of the trees are green and beautiful. Different paths that lead to different ways to the cottages of libraries signs to help you find your stories that you want to read about, books that can lead you on quest of different adventures. Planets that float throughout the library as orbs. In the middle, a spaceship that all the villagers love so much. Kids play throughout the spaceship and library. Raindrop Forest, the water world, is filled the pools. Different pools are for different princesses and queens. Each realm is chosen to bless the spring, clear water pools. Each pool has something special each princess or queen goes there to fill a purpose. This world of pools, of the sounds in the world, are of rain. It'll rain constantly. But light mist rain this world of pools, they are not real ladybugs. They are just a symbol of ladybugs. Yes, there are bubbles and glass globes that float throughout this world. Cliffs that lift higher above many of the pools. The princesses will play drums of music and different instruments to welcome the raindrops that pour on that water world. There are steps of leaves that lead up to the cliffs. That's the only way you can get up to the top of the cliffs. Beyond the pools of raindrops is a forest. A moonlight leads through stepping stones above the river pools. Each step glowed green, a veiled princess dressed in black, not feared but respected. A true future queen, for her dwelling is among the blackthorn roses. Where she rests her husbands, a black widow is her reputation. She is quiet and mysterious. All the other princesses are bright and happy. What waits for her future? What does she have left? Some say she has metal heart. It wrapped with musical instruments. The weight makes her tired. Professor Wheeler, the professor, worked long days in a man cave. Old creaking Wheeler shop in the middle of town, working on new time wheels to put in his wife. When he and his brother do surgery, they put time wheels made of diamonds that glow pink. Each time wheel tiny speck continues the blood flow in her veins. Only science can explain how the time wheel works. His wife Agatha Wheeler prayed every day. She couldn't walk very good, as she longed to feel the ocean at the shore with her grand babies. Yes, they are grandparents, some not lucky like her. Her personality as bright and young as Paulina, and her brain full of wisdom. Years and years packed of information in her mind. She loved to share every bit of it with anyone who listened. The Arkan queens and kings lived years before our time. The first books written. That mystery lost. Stories, of course, different worlds. And love stories, books of many fantasy stories. Mysteries were her favorite. Cleaning up dishes, sweeping and feeding 7 dogs, and cooking for his family. He took time off work to take care of Agatha and his children Josephine meal. And little Prissy, so many more children she raised. Josh, Kathleen, dogs 1/4, so many other dogs in her lifetime that have crossed over the bridge. Like so many have experienced lost. She said so much love waits to welcome her home. On Sat, April 5, 26 at 4:11 p.m. Katrina Galloway, Katrinagloayamig Melilteronum Wamenoclix wrote. Ships that fly, as in many history stories have been told of the ships. There are many ships that take flight into the colorful night sky filled with mystery. These captains are chosen to discover the new and untouched planets and worlds that only fairy tales speaks of. There may be a Neverland. Second star on the right and straight unto morning. What if this star excites? These masterminds will take flight. Minerva, a wise woman set in her ways. She has red hair, mad sea, always unpredictable. She is a map collector, knowing a compass and to lead by the stars. She is the ship's leader. Mr. Peter, known as a world traveler, knowing every information about aviation and the planets' names. Let they all have one thing in common: they hunger and thirst for wisdom and knowledge, and to escape their normal lives. To find a new world to be a part of. Mad Sea looks at Mr. Peter, asking him to set sail. The captain answers both. I'll set sail in a few, takes the wind to push our ship forward. The sailors tighten the ropes and open the fabric for the ship to fly, looking at his pocket compass and watch. This ship doesn't sail, it flies. All aboard, the captain yells, as the crew is finishing up. Those who have never been on a ship that flies, it is a rush of energy and excitement. The ship lifts off of the ocean's surface. Into a morning, glorious sunrise. The sky spread with red, pink, and yellow. The sky smoothed like on a canvas. The colored sky whispering good morning to all. The sun yawning to another beautiful day. The sky's love is expressed through the colors in the sky. Mad Sea finishing her book. She looked at a ring that she wears on her finger. How we never grow too old for fairy tales, and the kiss of true love. Many years has passed. She remembers her husband, looking at photo of 2 of them, working a shop back in the day. They fixed clocks and other mechanical things. Mad C opens her ring top, and it floods the room in a glow of blue map of stars and constellations, although one constellation stands out. A ship. No one knows much of this ship. Later that night, Mad C dreams the same dream. Of a beautiful woman giving birth to her firstborn. A girl it is. What a celebration to begin. It is her name that the constellations say to the mother. The child is chosen. Her name will be Carina. Many stars live among the brightest stars. She not sure what the meaning of the ship is. Mad C waking up from her dream. She deeply seeks the truth that stars hold secrets beyond our imagination. As Mad C closed the ring, her old and cracking bones ready for bed. She tried many adventures throughout her lifetime to find such places that could be paradise for her and a new world they could live in. A land hidden within a star. It is called Neverland. Mr. Peter sat in the office on the ship. His obsession was with globes of maps and create different maps and could travel throughout the whole world. Although Mad C liked the idea of collecting maps and learning about stars in the universe. Minerva had a galaxy necklace that is a map that lights up, and it is directions to follow the stars. Mad C has discovered old letters written many years ago, and it seemed like the dates were a very, very young age to a very old age. In the front of the letters, it describes two names, Luna and Sunddeuss. Minerva opened her necklace as she read a description on her necklace. A map comes out when she opens the necklace and discover a new world. Words float from the necklace reaching from flames of candlelight. It cannot burn in fire, it will survive. As the blue misty universe that's slowly right in front of Minerva. It laid out a treasure map. She was able to hold the map in her own hands. Yes, she did not know how to read the map. She had no idea what the words really were on the map. Most maps do not have a collection of constellations of the stars up in the sky, yet this map was very different. It had information, and we still today don't know exactly what it all means, but we can follow the map and its directions to find a way by following the stars. Mad C have been going through in her bag, and she realized that she had old cameras with her. She's so glad she had with her. She went outside onto the deck and was taking pictures of the glorious universe of galaxies. It was just amazing. How plants have become right before him, and they finally become alive as Minerva takes a photo of when the clouds is shaped out. Kind of like a woman's inside the clouds, but she's not quite sure what it all means. She just overlooked it and goes on her way as the day goes by. The old cameras was Bellows Cameras 1930s, the other unknown, an old vintage camera. She tries to capture the moment finally. Something comes out from the clouds as they roll right past the pink and purple and blue clouds in the galaxy sky that disappears, and all of a sudden a sky full of blue, everlasting blue that just went on. And on there is no end to it. They see in the distance below them, there is a city of buildings that are purple, green, and pink-blue buildings, and green moss that grows on buildings. Flowers welcoming every traveler or citizen that to the little town. Did the sign weave in between all the buildings, and all the walls of each building was specially made. Each leaf that dies and leaves behind its skeleton is put through fire flames to make it into metal. No one really knows how they able to build the buildings, but it is standing still this day, and it is incredible. Mad C described to herself that finally we have discovered a new world, vehicles. Driving by blowing their horns that the sound of the little town where is that birds chirp and fly everywhere, little animals that play sheep gathering the fields, as it likely sprinkled rain that fell down to the town. Feeling a peace. Finally arrives since Mad C heart. Mr. Peters described and says we are starting to land. Everyone hold on. Minerva hanging on to dear life. As the ship landed, it was a hard and bumpy landing. Blue skies that were never-ending. A sunny, beautiful day, little land that went on forever. Mad C bouncing from wall to wall as the ship landed. Mr. Peter landed right next to the dock, everyone glancing at the town. The aliens and humans lived among themselves. Different foods that are fantastic. Makes you hungry as you walk through town, the smell of fresh bread or coffee being brewed in the coffee shop, fresh smell strawberry puffs made in the bakery, a famous place that only locals can find. It's right smack in the middle, but yet behind two buildings. The buildings made of brick. It reached high to the universe. The small buildings are small businesses walking downtown. There was so much fun. I mean, there's excitement outside your door, a garden growing through the city waterfalls in the middle of the town, surrounded by nature beauty. At night, it lights up like a galaxy. Neighbors sing on the balconies playing music instruments. And that day was special, no fighting and no war, but musicians creating a beautiful day filled with smiles and love. Spread love everywhere. In the city of light that spreads out flat in the sky, a little sparkles. A star twinkle with the light right above us, somehow have shared their first kiss. Downtown, in the city's love first kiss, begins new chapter, as balconies have plants and lights that light up the darkness. The gold glow that shines in the windows in deep thought, while a globe that just never sees the days of sunlight, it's placed on the desk. So many overlook the powerful globe. Mad C turns to her desk, realizing the globe pop open and magic mist surrounding her. Mad C stars and blue moons floating around her. She had never seen a sight such as this. Inside was the old letters of Luna and Sunddeuss. The constellations appeared to those who seek their words of adventures. Now the constellations fill our star system. In the sky, lights up with blue diamond stars. It is to guide us. Follow Polaris star. Mad C, realizing someone is leading her through the colorful galaxy, traveling higher above the sea. The blue candle is lit, and using music notes flow out from the blue flames. A sparkle, the blue-green-pink mist comes alive. A new chapter begins. Mad C and Mr. Peter and Minerva have finally found Neverland. This is part of the galaxy hidden beyond million stars. To choose from, just like the stories, Mad C. Mr. Peter and Minerva see the island of paradise. They celebrated with delight. Finally, they found the island, yet they had no idea how horrible Captain Hook could become as their ship lands next to the pirate ship, finding the pirates seen from above before they landed the Mermaid Lagoon. Indians, while their tribe was watching them as they were trying to find a spot to land, and as the clouds slowly pass, yes, finally, they see the treehouse. That is Peter Pan and the Lost Boys, everyone's dream treehouse. They realize it's Neverland. The Lost Boys, always keeping watch for their Neverland, they spot me and Mr. Peter and Minerva in the sky while they on the ship trying to land somewhere. The trees are Ents. They walk freely among Neverland. Blossom trees of colors, pink, purple, blue, and trees with hanging moss. Treehouse on a floating island, running rivers below, and waterfalls that surround the floating island. With the floating island is above, the waterfalls turn into the river that leads out to sea. The waterfall color is pink. The treehouse, everyone's dream to live in a treehouse, just like how it was imagined. So many lost boys have adored and loved to live in one. A house built around the tree, and inside the treehouse, in the very center of the treehouse, roots bond, overlapping each other. Green vines with green leaves that move by command. You step on the leaf, and your command. You want to go through the library, rather it's fiction, nonfiction, or fantasy, or sci-fi, or it will know exactly what area of the library you want to be led to. Fireflies fly freely through the tree. As the branches and leaves reach down to the floor like a willow tree, a beautiful place to be. About library is full fairy tales, books of all new, old books, books of wisdom, your window to the other worlds. And your mind is filled with questions, and these books are your answers. Blooming in treehouse moss covered the floor, and small lemon trees and other fruit trees bloom inside the treehouse. Many rooms, so many that lots of people, lots of children and teenagers, mostly who live in the treehouse. Some have grown a little older, yet questions in my mind. Neverland is a place that you never grow up yet to decide that these children turned into teenagers, and then after that, what happens to them? Do they go back home? Or do they stay forever young in Neverland? A cottage living room. The treehouse is taller than the tree itself. Lost boys always on the very top of the treehouse as they look through their telescopes and maps, ready for new adventures to embark on. They play all day, and they see every part of Neverland from up above the trees. A slide that starts from the inside of the treehouse, but wrapped around somehow, leading into the outside of the treehouse. Moss grows on the top of the treehouse as the walls of the outside the treehouse. Flowers grow wild, jasmine and different flower blooms all over the treehouse. The smell of jasmine is aroma. It is the sweetest smell. Moss growing and hanging from the tree limbs, little fairy houses, hanging from the trees at night. The fairies join the group, joining Peter Pan in the Lost Boys around the bonfire. They cook and prepare food along with the fairies. Of kinds of foods: breakfast cereal, strawberries with whipped cream or Cool Whip and waffles, fruit bowls, granola, fruit balls, pancakes, and bacon. Fried eggs with the yolk runny with buttered biscuits with sausage and bacon. Lunch classic Italian muffuletta sandwiches, pepperoni pizza, pull-apart bread, bowls dinner as they prepared for dinner. They have seafood crab legs, shrimp, buttered cheese biscuits and steak chicken Alfredo, garlic bread, bowls, baked potatoes. Garlic, herb, chicken with mashed potatoes. Desserts dessert they have strawberry banana pudding, Raven Club, Midnight, blueberry cheesecake, Galaxy, candy, grapes. Strawberry crunch cheesecake tacos. Salad, one little salad with strawberry spinach salad with blueberries pecans, spread with feta cheese and balsamic glaze. Another salad, RuPaul salad, raspberry blackberries pineapples with mint as toppings. Drinks, ice butterfly. Flower and latte, and the other drinks or watermelon with raspberry tea and Jack Frost, blueberry tea. Lost Boys are all into learning about herbalism. They are into learning about the plants that are in Neverland, and they pay attention to the animals that need help, food for the animals, or they are always watching for Neverland. Sharing with the poor, sharing your food with others like the Cyborg village people, and they all get together for a good festival and celebration and lots of food. As the midnight sky full of stars bless them, they dance under the moonlight. The moon listens and watches over them, and they celebrate under the moonlight. As the night, owls stay watching. Beyond the treehouse is a small tree houses of clear globes homes and a land filled with vegetation, and the village people are all teenagers, and Peter is a teen. The Lost Boys and Peter don't ever grow up, or do they? The village people are cyborgs, half human, half machine, and Captain Hook doesn't know that the cyborgs know the pirates' plot. They also know the magic Captain Hook, who desires magic so he can take over Neverland, and he can get rid of everyone he doesn't like or doesn't feel like they belong. Cyborgs don't like mermaids, and mermaids don't like cyborgs. And they hiss at one another, and they must save their energy, and anger for the battle that is to come between the Netherlands and their enemy Captain Hook. Cyborgs have always won their battles. They have scars. You have battle scars. They have emotional scars. They have spiritual scars, and yet they strong, and they have always defeat their enemies. Now will they be able to defeat Captain Hook in his against Neverland and the ones that live in Neverland? Captain Hook is now watching Peter Pan's shadow, and he wants to destroy Peter Pan's shadow. He wants to get rid of everyone that lives in Neverland, but he has a plan to use the shadow for something else. What does the shadow do for Peter Pan? What does Captain Hook want his shadow for? Captain Hook is on wanting revenge against Peter Pan, the Lost Boys, and all the Netherlands village people who live there. Captain Hook wants to destroy fairy dust so Peter Pan will not have a way to fly or have magic. Cyborg, as the village people are practicing their chakra and believe that the universe of wisdom, knowledge, and teachings. Not only is Peter Pan special, but he is chosen to learn the universe secrets. As Peter scratches his head, confused but curious about what the universe chose him for, Luna, seeing Peter Pan through vision, she sees the powers and true self-magic, and become within him. Luna will come to Peter Pan and let Peter have his powers of magic, yet Peter struggles between his memories of his parents. He too desires to come home with his family, yet the emotions take a toll on his mind. Can he defeat his emotions and stay in the mental state of being? Or will he lose his mind and emotions? Peter Pan deals with so many emotions just like an adult would deal with emotions, yet he is not a grown-up. Tinker Bell and all the fairies gathered the Indians, cyborgs, Tiger Lily, and mermaids. The mermaids can walk on land. Their feet can turn into legs, and they will battle right beside Peter Pan, against Captain Hook and his crew. The captain's hooks twisted with his lie to make magic choose him. Captain Hook and his crew meet a gruesome fate. Fire, water, air, and earth is a power source. And the clouds stand above protecting the Neverland, and altogether, can they save Neverland? Or is the magic too strong to handle for Peter Pan? On Sat. April 5, 26 at 4:13 p.m. Katrina Galloway, Katrinagloyamig Melilturnumamenoclix wrote. Luna steps into the Lost Boys' territory. Luna is swiped up by a trap deep in the forest. The Lost Boys ask her, "Who are you?" She cuts the trap with an arrow. "I am Luna." "But who are you?" Luna asked. "We are the Lost Boys." "Gotta ya. I work for the Gold Army and I am from many moons and suns before your time." The Lost Boys teasing Luna, just as some teens do. As she creates from the blue mist that flows in Neverland. Luna creates a floating blue mist moon. Catch, she dares the Lost Boys. They try to hold the moon, but it disappears as they touch the blue mist moon. The Lost Boys tried to create some of the same magic as what Luna had created. As they become sidetracked, Luna smile. And then she flies away, and as Peter Pan that he is practicing his fighting skills are using his sword fighting. Luna picks up a crystal rock, her eyes glow as the rock floats. Peter warning her to back off. Peter uncertain who she was. "I'm not afraid of you," Peter said. Luna stopped walking towards Peter and started to explain herself. "I have a mission to complete and don't be scared. I would never hurt you." Luna said, "I work for the Gold Army. They are moved to a safer place. It is where I live and the universe chose you." Luna explained as more crystal rocks flows up. Peter realizing she was half cyborg, he saluted to her. "I'm sorry, my lady, you are the one and only Luna." He flew to Luna, and he shook her hand as he floats in circles, trying to speak to Luna. "I've heard of many adventures you have lived," said Peter. Peter landing softly on his feet. "I know the universe has spoken about me. I must defeat Captain Hook. He terrifies a cyborg village, the people that live here on Neverland," and Luna stopped him from talking. Luna spoke firm and softly. "I understand why you just like him. The universe has chosen to carry on my powers and is a choice and strong decision for me to make. I need to let you receive this power." She held her palm against his head. A very computer received the battle in the power. He is responsible to accept his position in the universe. Peter realizing how amazing the powers are and how strong they are. Peter flew with joy. Woo-hoo! Peter was excited but worried for a moment about the battle. Luna explains his powers carefully, and now you understand. Let it be known and be written in his history that your bloodline will continue to be part of our universe. Luna smiled. She's aging. She is live for centuries. "I'm so hungry. I've heard the Last Boys and you are good cooks." Peter apologizing, "Excuse my manner." "Yes, follow me, Luna. I'll treat you to wonderful lunch. You can stay here. The village has a cottage." Small village and welcome. By the way, the Lost Boys and the Cyborg fighting over how to create the blue mist moons are rolling their eyes, officially calling Peter's name. Luna laughed. She smiled at all of them, the rock still floating. Luna raises her hand at the crystal rocks, and they all fall to the ground. Mr. Peter in the jungle looking for different plants, revisiting Neverland, which he hasn't seen in years, and remembering memories of Wendy, Michael, and John and Mara. When it was his turn to be Peter Pan, when it was his time to rule Neverland, and it was his time to fight against Hook. And Mad C was with the pirates, where he found herself arguing and disagree with the pirates. "Is this Captain Hook?" she asked. "My goodness, I've never heard of pirates going on vacation," said Mad C. Minerva was visiting with the fairies. They decorate her hair, and they sing songs to Minerva. And they sing songs to her. "You are so tiny, but beautiful," said Minerva. Their energy wears out by nightfall. Minerva headed back to the ship. Mara, John, Michael found the Cyborg's village. They loved everything about the village was filled with vegetation and flowers to make special tea. Mara still searching for her son Peter Pan. She wishes to hold her child. "How many years stolen. I love and miss my child so much." Mara, John, Michael go to the cottage hotel. Nighttime has taken over and the search continues. Coins and compass pirates, maps, telescopes explains ships that have lanterns, lights of old-fashioned candles use just light. Pirates in search for gold. They are mean, old, revengeful, and that is just how the pirates' world is done. Mad C. asked Mr. Peter, "What your purpose to find Neverland?" "The heart in Neverland broke the universe. Heart cries for the hearts of Neverland that has stopped beating. Protectors of the universe received the bad news. Their power source has faded." John, Michael, and Wendy, their face is old and wrinkled, and Myra married to Mr. Peter Mara's heart is sick. Her dreams become nightmares memories after her son Peter. They went on a cruise, and as the ship was sailing along the oceans, a storm rose over the cruise ship, and many survived, but her son, 8 years old, disappeared. Other children play with her. She quietly whispered to the moon. She poured her troubled soul to the bright moon. That to protectors hearing her crying tears that she personally collects in the tear bottle, letting her know that her son lives and go, and just hold him with all your love as well, mom expressed through compassion. As the protectors of the universe land with their spaceships, Wendy, John, Michael, and Mara are given a chance to find Peter Mora's son, yet she knew her husband Mr. Peter was among disguise to find the one and only Neverland that is a star. A fairy rescue Peter Pan brought both to Neverland. Mr. Peter chose to go back to Earth, back to London, where he grew up. Mr. Peter knows that Mara knew who Mr. Peter was, little Peter father. And Mr. Peter, his son, had no idea about each other. Captain Hook finally reaches destiny in the universe of many moons and suns, yet so many have guarded those places for some reason they were not guarding that day. Captain Hook found the power that he could have. He wants to become rich, and as pirates do they sail the sea, and the power that chose him was fire. Why did the universe choose Peter Pan? Peter Pan received the powers that the universe granted to Luna to give to Peter Pan. Peter Pan will be able to see what is happening across the universe, and he can see disturbance. He can see problems. He can see family issues. He can feel the emotions of so many people, and it's a heavy burden to carry, but if you have the right magic, and you have the right heart, and you feel love as the universe, you can carry this task. He will be able to create moons, suns, and planets. Peter Pan also can't control time and energy. Peter Pan can put all cosmic stars, planet, moon, and suns. You can move them anywhere. He can also control how bright the sunburst. He can control electricity, music. He now can fly without fairy dust. Peter Pan can be his old master, and he has powers of fire, water, earth, and air. He'll be able to destroy evil villains and any dangerous creatures. He can create his own magical powers, and when under moonlight, his body will appear in blue mist. His strength will grow stronger. He will win victory. He will defeat the pirates in Captain Hook. His bloodline closed with the universe rising above, and he is victorious. Peter Pan will take his position. He will become a warrior. The stars, moons, and suns, and the protectors of the universe made the decision of Peter Pan will be tested. The battle will be his time to prove he can be a warrior in his prime. Captain Hook taking the powers from stars, being chased by the protectors of the universe, and his power is fire as he lit his sword fire. It was the weapon that chose him, and it can backfire. Carina, Luna. Sunddeuss, many moons and suns glow off of their skins, just standing in their yard, by fixing a treehouse in the middle of the yard. We're planting flowers in the garden just during the day, and at night they sit in underneath the stars in the bright moon or pink moon or half moon or red moon. Luna lit the candles around her backyard, not doing anything that day, except. She winds up, whispering to the wind. She wind up, whispering to the clouds. She winds up, whispering to the colors on each tree as it changed the colors as it changes in the seasons. Sunddeuss joins Luna. The candle flames smoke burst into colors, as it burst into Luna arms, and the smoke of colors flowing around Luna. A star is choosing Luna that night, as her bones cracked, and her life coming close to an end. She feels it. Love of the universe's dance of romance of blue stardust has began again. Luna floats through the galaxies above and around her. The sun awake on the other side of the earth. Truth will be spoken and discovered once more. Love will find you mad, see? I feel you, Luna whispered. Sunddeuss will come with Luna. The universe must understand we are old. The constellations explaining to Luna and Sunddeuss they don't have to fight. A few travelers wandering through the galaxies of the skies, looking for adventures and more life to explore. Let love guide your hearts to them. Libraries in the clouds, the shelves filled with old ancient books. Books stacked on each other. Dragons smelling the flowers. Baby dragons, they playfully play with each other. Baby dragon watching a chameleon that change its colors. Dragons watch as big moths as the Luna moth, metallic blue moth fly over. Butterflies that land on Luna. of different butterflies and their colors fly over them, beetles climbing on sticks, dragonflies choosing Luna as their favorite. Luna had a soft spot for the baby dragons. They fall asleep in Luna's arms as she petted the baby dragons. Luna sitting on a bridge that made out of strong roots. Leaves still bloom today. Waterfalls surround her. Space between the roots. Luna dangling her legs through the strong roots. Floating islands above her and the mama dragon. She's a full-grown female dragon, speaking with wise advice. Luna feeling the mist of the waterfalls. Luna and the mama dragon and her young playing. Little bubbles of snot coming from their noses. Mama dragon slowly and with love touches with her tip of her nose. To touch her baby dragon's nose. For a moment, love spread through them. Dragons born and have to be taken care of. As the eggs hatch, they love to watch Luna cook. Clean. Dragon sneezes when Luna is cleaning dust bunnies. They love a cup of coffee. They can reveal the galaxies and planets from their vision, as it floats ancient books and lessons, surrounding in gold dust, surrounding Luna. A pine tree stands tall. I feel like pine trees are ugly. What is their purpose to be here? And it may bring oxygen. What does the pine tree feel by being next to big trees that stand tall may not have much beauty to them? Unless a mushroom that's brown may wanna look like a magnolia. A willow tree stand in the middle of the yard. Its beauty is like a queen. So many trees that are tall may want to look like a willow tree. As you go inside the willow tree, you are part of their world. And in the world are many leaves to tell many stories to share ancient languages. As I walk through the woods with many pine trees are tall. They blow with the wind that the wind says hello to them in the woods. I feel freedom in the witch, I feel loved in the woods, listen to my music, as loud as I want. I jump on tree logs. I feel the reason just slow on my face as the wind blows to whisper so many different ancient words. I feel the mushrooms. Their communication that they share with all flowers, trees, and other plants in the leaves that communicate when there's danger nearby, they will talk to one another. Little or big plant, I adore you. A vision of beauty, grace, bravery. And they searched through every enchanting earth for love. Sometimes love finds you, and a legend, legacy. Beyond the eternal, everlasting universe can give us more than one chances to change, to love, to grow into who we can become. History can repeat ourselves. In a moment and sound waves, we can hear the beating music of Queen's heart. Love can find healing. May they all rest in peace. And each day is a chance to remember them. Love always me, Luna whispered. Dear Carina. Those with loved ones battle with cancer. Those with battle scars, battle emotional scars, those who struggle with letting go of bitterness, unforgiveness, the universe sees you, hears you, loves you for being you. Sparkle and shine, my moon child. You can't change the past. You can become prayer warrior, mama bear, a friend. Be who you are called to be. I see your moon child. You're fearless, you're youthful of promises. Keep them. Thank you for showing me it's okay to believe their beauty within. Thank you for letting me be a part of your life journey. I'm grateful for all memories of you. Love always, Luna. Memory within a memory, a world within a world created by bubbles. A place right in front of the mad. See, many crystal rocks fall below a waterfall. Each crystal rocks hold a memory as you crack a crystal rock in half. It can create a globe of memories that float right in front of you. The memories take its place before your eyes is growing into a large globe. It is a large bubble of if its world. A place as between the mountains as the mountains open up. The bubble place in between them. It opens right before your life, right before your eyes refresh you starts in time as the bubble disappears. The world of a planet is born. It is your victory as your past, present, and future. Is your memory of tears, hope, dreams, and regrets. A universe that protects you and has protected you from this point on as time is on your side. A universe that is filled with many stars, moons, and plants. They are watchers and has heard your thoughts that allowed the universe chose you many who have lived before and who are yet to be born. Let this night sky stars and the moon that shines blue light to guide your soul and heals your health. Let the music of the universe dance of romance, the dance a beginning of the new planet within the galaxy. A clock that will raise my love to give you another chance to step forward into Shiloh where your heartbeat is inside the stars. The forest clocks are to remind you to dance, love learning, and find your adventure. It takes until the last sound of the clocks don't tick no more. Luna is the reason it hasn't stopped, and when her heartbeats end as she is in the heavenly realm. The candles will blow out, our universe will become chaos for all, and we will to raise once again, and she will be victorious. The sun will be covered by darkness. Moon and sun will be darkness. Choose wisely who your new warrior will be. The candles will be lit. The sun will burn once again. The river will continue to flow in the planet Shiloh, and the universe will shine once again. Let the universe live on. Let the moonlight lead you home. On Sat, April 5, 26 at 4:13 p.m. Carina Galloway, Katrinaglowayamig Meliltoronumamenoclix wrote. Luna steps into the Lost Boys territory. Luna is swiped up by a trap deep in the forest. The Lost Boys ask her, "Who are you?" She cuts the trap with an arrow. "I am Luna." "But who are you?" Luna asked. "We are the Lost Boys." "Gotta ya. I work for the Gold Army and I am from many moons and suns before your time." The Lost Boys teasing Luna, just as some teens do. As she creates from the blue mist that flows in Neverland. Luna creates a floating blue mist moon. Catch she dares the Lost Boys. They try to hold the moon, but it disappears as they touch the blue mist moon. The Lost Boys tried to create some of the same magic as what Luna had created as they become sidetracked. Luna smile. And then she flies away, and as Peter Pan that he is practicing his fighting skills are using his sword fighting. Luna picks up a crystal rock, her eyes glow as the rock floats. Peter warning her to back off. Peter uncertain who she was. "I'm not afraid of you," Peter said. Luna stopped walking towards Peter and started to explain herself. "I have a mission to complete and don't be scared. I would never hurt you." Luna said, "I work for the Gold Army. They are moved to a safer place. It is where I live and the universe chose you." Luna explained as more crystal rocks flows up. Peter realizing she was half cyborg, he saluted to her. "I'm sorry, my lady, you are the one and only Luna." He flew to Luna, and he shook her hand as he floats in circles, trying to speak to Luna. "I've heard of many adventures you have lived," said Peter. Peter landing softly on his feet. "I know the universe has spoken about me. I must defeat Captain Hook. He terrifies a cyborg village, the people that live here on Neverland," and Luna stopped him from talking. Luna spoke firm and softly. "I understand why you just like him. The universe has chosen to carry on my powers and is a choice and strong decision for me to make. I need to let you receive this power." She held her palm against his head. A very computer received the battle in the power. He is responsible to accept his position in the universe. Peter realizing how amazing the powers are and how strong they are. Peter flew with joy. Woo-hoo! Peter was excited but worried for a moment about the battle. Luna explains his powers carefully, and now you understand. Let it be known and be written in his history that your bloodline will continue to be part of our universe. Luna smiled. She's aging. She has lived for centuries. I'm so hungry. I've heard the Last Boys and you are good cooks. Peter apologizing, "Excuse my manner." "Yes, follow me, Luna. I'll treat you to wonderful lunch. You can stay here. The village has a cottage." Small village and welcome. By the way, the Lost Boys and the Cyborg fighting over how to create the blue mist moons are rolling their eyes, officially calling Peter's name. Luna laughed. She smiled at all of them, the rock still floating. Luna raises her hand at the crystal rocks, and they all fall to the ground. Mr. Peter in the jungle looking for different plants, revisiting Neverland, which he hasn't seen in years, and remembering memories of Wendy, Michael, and John and Mara. When it was his turn to be Peter Pan, when it was his time to rule Neverland, and it was his time to fight against Hook. And Mad C was with the pirates, where he found herself arguing and disagree with the pirates. "Is this Captain Hook?" she asked. "My goodness, I've never heard of pirates going on vacation," said Mad C. Minerva was visiting with the fairies. They decorate her hair, and they sing songs to Minerva. And they sing songs to her. "You are so tiny, but beautiful," said Minerva. Their energy wears out by nightfall. Minerva headed back to the ship. Mara, John, Michael found the cyborgs' village. They loved everything about the village was filled with vegetation and flowers to make special tea. Mara still searching for her son Peter Pan. She wishes to hold her child. "How many years stolen. I love and miss my child so much." Mara, John, Michael go to the cottage hotel. Nighttime has taken over and the search continues. Coins and compass pirates maps telescopes explains ships that have lanterns lights of old-fashioned candles use just light. Pirates in search for gold. They are mean, old, revengeful, and that is just how the pirates' world is done. Mad Sea. Asked Mr. Peter, what your purpose to find Neverland? The heart in Neverland broke the universe heart cries for the hearts of Neverland that has stopped beating protectors of the universe received the bad news. Their power source has faded. John Michael and Wendy their face is old and wrinkled, and Myra married to Mr. Peter Mara's heart is sick her dreams become nightmares memories after her son Peter. They went on a cruise, and as the ship was sailing along the oceans, a storm rose over the cruise ship, and many survived, but her son 8 years old disappeared other children play with her. She quietly whispered to the moon, she poured her troubled soul to the bright moon. That to protectors hearing her crying tears that she personally collects in the tear bottle, letting her know that her son lives and go, and just hold him with all your love as well mom express through compassion. As the protectors of the universe land with their spaceships, Wendy, John, Michael, and Mara are given a chance to find Peter Mora's son, yet she knew her husband Mr. Peter was among disguise to find the one and only Neverland that is a star. A fairy rescue Peter Pan brought both to Neverland. Mr. Peter chose to go back to Earth back to London, where he grew up. Mr. Peter knows that Mara knew who Mr. Peter was little Peter father. And Mr. Peter his son had no idea about each other. Captain Hook finally reaches destiny in the universe of many moons and suns, yet so many have guarded those places for some reason they were not guarding that day. Captain Hook found the power that he could have he wants to become rich, and as pirates do they sail the sea, and the power that chose him was fire. Why did the universe choose Peter Pan? Peter Pan received the powers that the universe granted to Luna to give to Peter Pan. Peter Pan will be able to see what is happening across the universe, and he can see disturbance. He can see problems. He can see family issues. He can feel the emotions of so many people, and it's a heavy burden to carry, but if you have the right magic, and you have the right heart, and you feel love as the universe, you can carry this task. He will be able to create moon, suns, and planets. Peter Pan also can't control time and energy. Peter Pan can put all cosmic stars, planet, moon, and suns. You can move them anywhere. He can also control how bright the sunburst. He can control electricity, music. He now can fly without fairy dust. Peter Pan can be his old master, and he has powers of fire, water, earth, and air. He'll be able to destroy evil villains and any dangerous creatures. He can create his own magical powers, and when under moonlight, his body will appear in blue mist. His strength will grow stronger. He will win victory. He will defeat the pirates in Captain Hook. His bloodline closed with the universe rising above, and he is victorious. Peter Pan will take his position. He will become a warrior. The stars, moons, and suns, and the protectors of the universe made the decision of Peter Pan will be tested. The battle will be his time to prove he can be a warrior in his prime. Captain Hook taking the powers from stars being chased by the protectors of the universe, and his power is fire as he lit his sword fire. It was the weapon that chose him, and it can backfire. Carina, Luna. Sunddeuss many moons and suns glow off of their skins, just standing in their yard. By fixing a treehouse in the middle of the yard. We're planting flowers in the garden just during the day, and at night they sit in underneath the stars in the bright moon or pink moon or half moon or red moon. Luna lit the candles around her backyard, not doing anything that day, except. She winds up, whispering to the wind. She wind up, whispering to the clouds. She winds up, whispering to the colors on each tree as it changed the colors as it changes in the seasons. Sunddeuss joins Luna. The candle flames smoke burst into colors, as it burst into Luna arms, and the smoke of colors flowing around Luna. A star is choosing Luna that night, as her bones cracked, and her life coming close to an end. She feels it. Love of the universe's dance of romance of blue stardust has began again. Luna floats through the galaxies above and around her. The sun awake on the other side of the earth. Truth will be spoken and discovered once more. Love will find you, Mad Sea. I feel you, Luna whispered. Sunddeuss will come with Luna. The universe must understand we are old. The constellations explaining to Luna and Sunddeuss they don't have to fight. A few travelers wandering through the galaxies of the skies, looking for adventures and more life to explore. Let love guide your hearts to them. Libraries in the clouds, the shelves filled with old ancient books. Books stacked on each other. Dragons smelling the flowers. Baby dragons, they playfully play with each other. Baby dragon watching a chameleon that change its colors. Dragons watch as big moths as the Luna moth, metallic blue moth fly over. Butterflies that land on Luna. Of different butterflies and their colors fly over them. Beetles climbing on sticks. Dragonflies choosing Luna as their favorite. Luna had a soft spot for the baby dragons. They fall asleep in Luna's arms as she petted the baby dragons. Luna sitting on a bridge that made out of strong roots. Leaves still bloom today. Waterfalls surround her. Space between the roots. Luna dangling her legs through the strong roots. Floating islands above her and the mama dragon. She's a full-grown female dragon, speaking with wise advice. Luna feeling the mist of the waterfalls. Luna and the mama dragon and her young playing. Little bubbles of snot coming from their noses. Mama dragon slowly and with love touches with her tip of her nose. To touch her baby dragon's nose. For a moment, love spread through them. Dragons born and have to be taken care of. As the eggs hatch, they love to watch Luna cook. Clean. Dragon sneezes when Luna is cleaning dust bunnies. They love a cup of coffee. They can reveal the galaxies and planets from their vision, as it floats ancient books and lessons, surrounding in gold dust, surrounding Luna. A pine tree stands tall. I feel like pine trees are ugly. What is their purpose to be here? And it may bring oxygen. What does the pine tree feel by being next to big trees that stand tall may not have much beauty to them? Unless a mushroom that's brown may wanna look like a magnolia. A willow tree stand in the middle of the yard. Its beauty is like a queen. So many trees that are tall may want to look like a willow tree. As you go inside the willow tree, you are part of their world. And in the world are many leaves to tell many stories to share ancient languages. As I walk through the woods with many pine trees are tall. They blow with the wind that the wind says hello to them in the woods. I feel freedom in the witch, I feel loved in the woods, listen to my music as loud as I want. I jump on tree logs. I feel the reason just slow on my face as the wind blows to whisper so many different ancient words. I feel the mushrooms. Their communication that they share with all flowers, trees, and other plants in the leaves that communicate when there's danger nearby, they will talk to one another. Little or big plant, I adore you. A vision of beauty, grace, bravery. And they searched through every enchanting earth for love. Sometimes love finds you, and a legend, legacy. Beyond the eternal, everlasting universe can give us more than one chances to change, to love, to grow into who we can become. History can repeat ourselves. In a moment and sound waves, we can hear the beating music of Queen's heart. Love can find healing. May they all rest in peace. And each day is a chance to remember them. Love always me, Luna whispered, dear Carina. Those with loved ones battle with cancer. Those with battle scars, battle emotional scars, those who struggle with letting go of bitterness, unforgiveness, the universe sees you, hears you, loves you for being you. Sparkle and shine, my moon child. You can't change the past. You can become prayer warrior, mama bear, a friend. Be who you are called to be. I see your moon child. You're fearless, you're youthful of promises. Keep them. Thank you for showing me it's okay to believe their beauty within. Thank you for letting me be a part of your life journey. I'm grateful for all memories of you. Love always, Luna. Memory within a memory, a world within a world created by bubbles. A place right in front of the mad. See, many crystal rocks fall below a waterfall. Each crystal rocks hold a memory as you crack a crystal rock in half. It can create a globe of memories that float right in front of you. The memories take its place before your eyes is growing into a large globe. It is a large bubble of if its world. A place as between the mountains as the mountains open up. The bubble place in between them. It opens right before your life, right before your eyes refresh you starts in time as the bubble disappears. The world of a planet is born. It is your victory as your past, present, and future. Is your memory of tears, hope, dreams, and regrets. A universe that protects you and has protected you from this point on as time is on your side. A universe that is filled with many stars, moons, and plants. They are watchers and has heard your thoughts that allowed the universe chose you many who have lived before and who are yet to be born. Let this night sky stars and the moon that shines blue light to guide your soul and heals your health. Let the music of the universe dance of romance, the dance a beginning of the new planet within the galaxy. A clock that will raise my love to give you another chance to step forward into Shiloh, where your heartbeat is inside the stars. The forest clocks are to remind you to dance, love learning, and find your adventure. It takes until the last sound of the clocks don't tick no more. Luna is the reason it hasn't stopped, and when her heartbeats end as she is in the heavenly realm. The candles will blow out, our universe will become chaos for all, and we will to raise once again, and she will be victorious. The sun will be covered by darkness. Moon and sun will be darkness. Choose wisely who your new warrior will be. The candles will be lit. The sun will burn once again. The river will continue to flow in the planet Shiloh, and the universe will shine once again. Let the universe live on. Let the moonlight lead you home. On Sat, April 5, 26 at 4:18 p.m. Carina Galloway, Katranagloyamig Melilturnamamenoclix wrote. The battle scene, Cyborg striking the pirates with bolts of lightning, shocking the pirates with lightning. The pirates, their skeletons light up. Every time they would strike them with lightning. Mr. Peter has lost his power. He regained strength with gold powers to catch Hook with lava goes, and as he shoots gold lava, it melts Hook just a little bit at a time. Windy from her hands. She uses the fire from within her heat chases, Hook all over around the ship to burn him. Lost boys, no powers. They fight with swords and bowing arrows, attacking the pirates each chance they get. Fairies are delicate, they strong, and they are known for fairy dust that helps others fly to, especially to get to Neverland, may be the only way for mortals. Their powers are elemental water, air, fire. Earth, and they make sick plants come to life, and it keeps everything in order for Neverland. Mad Sea, he can become a dragon blowing fire to her enemies. She lost some battles, but wins some battles. Chasing Captain Hook around to officially destroy him. Hook wants Peter's shadow. As Peter and Hook are fighting, his shadow is able to undo the sewing stitches of his shadow. That's attached to Peter Pan. The shadow grabs one of the fairies using fairy dust on him. But he had no idea and no plans to absorb the elemental powers of the fairies. The shadow became lava. Hook, you are a speck in the universe. You want me to suffer, you want me to die. I crushed that speck. You are small. You are nothing to me. As soon as the shadow grows into a bigger shadow. Knowing how dangerous that shadow can become, Hooked tries to control the shadow, and one big tumble of lava hits Hook, destroyed his powers. The shadow will protect Peter Pan at all costs. Peter Pan and Hook nearing their eyes at each other, throwing punches, trying to catch Peter Pan with his hook. Throwing his flames of fire towards Peter Pan, and Peter Pan flies fast, circling Hook with lightning and throwing gold lava at Hook. As a skeleton was shocked to touch and burn ash and gold lava. Melting, his hook, lightning, electrifying Hook, they battle to the death. Peter Pan taking no crap anymore. The protectors of the universe depends on Peter Pan, and the lightning surrounding Peter Pan and the earth, air, fire, water became part of the battle. Mermaid fighting, dragging down some of the pirate crew. John, Michael, Wendy, and Mara becoming to their youth teens. As the battle continued, the Indians play their drums as Tiger Lily begins to hold the light of magic. Captain Hook challenged Tiger Lily, screaming at his crew, ready, set, aim, and fire as canyons begin to smash Hook's ships. The Lost Boys flew backwards, falling to one side of the ship, and the sound of a battle has begun. John, Michael, Wendy, Mad Sea, Minerva joined the battle. Tiger Lily throwing her magic powers to make her fall. He was her target. She kept firing her magic towards him. The Lost Boys grabbing the sword to continue to fight one pirate at a time. Peter Pan flying through the air, he spoke loud echoes. His voice manipulating against Smee. Peter Pan controlling Smee's mind, saying destroy Hook. Hook realizing that Smee was like a zombie, and he comes closer to Hook. Smee able to wake up for a moment. Caption Hook was at Smee's mercy. Peter Pan and Hook come face to face. Peter Pan and his father Peter, ready to defeat the Captain Hook, officially give that crocodile what he wants. His father, with swords his strength, carries a strong emotions of victory. Peter Pan. Realizing the sun of moons that are circling around Peter Pan. He throws a large moon, it makes a hole through Hook's stomach, taking his power flames, and he no longer will be able to use our universe magic. Peter Pan takes away Hook's sword of flames, he no longer will own this. Peter Pan, throwing his lightning flames of sunray, burn up the crew of Captain Hook. Hook spoke an evil laugh and saying, "You are orphan. You are nothing. You are lost. You have no family. You don't belong here. No one wants you and you will die," as Peter throws all his power towards Peter. Peter Pan's eyes glow color after color and his madness has method. Oceans opened and a storm appear, lightning, strike Hook. And powers of the universe had Luna block. This kind of power from Peter. Peter Pan fell down. Luna spoke softly, "Don't give in to the dark emotions, stand strong." Luna said as she saw Peter Pan cry, "I missed out and so many years without my parents. I now know everything. I'm sorry, I don't know if I can live with these powers." Peter Pan said, "What if I turn evil? What if I grow up? What if I never fall in love?" Mara and Mr. Peter hold Peter Pan, and finally our little family can be together. "We love you and adore you. You're not wicked, Hook is wicked," said Mr. Peter. Peter Pan. Realizing how much he was loved as the colors of the sky became calm, and the heart of Neverland starting to beat again, he was found the real meaning of love, family loss, and he survived. And lost boys jumping, hugging one another. John Michael wind up became old again. Their stories will live on. Love once again wins victory. We are all victorious. Being put through a memory of lost memories of bubble of a dark world is crazy, just for Hook and his crew. Captain Hook and his crew wind up in the mental institution at the end, as they sing their pirate song, as they sit confused and drugged up on pills, they wearing stray jackets and in a mental institution. Captain Hook yelling at the doctors and nurses, saying, "You don't know who I am. I'm Captain Hook." He raised Cane. Captain Hook hallucinating and behaving bad. Captain Hook going in his bathroom, hearing the ticking of a clock, tick-tock, tick-tock. He looks in his tub and realizes a crocodile. The crocodile snapped at him and he screamed like a girl. "Smeeze me."